and control the innings. No need to do anything silly. Jaiswal's doing the damage. They're going at 12, 13s and over.
Without much risk has been taken, already 14 runs. Predicting it correct and backing himself, that has been the secret of success so far.
Oh, looks like that straight, but Vimalasiri says no. Deekshana wants the review. That did look close, it looked full. 2 reviews available. Lanka says, I'll have one now.
TV umpire to director. We have a player review for LBW. The on-field decision is not out. I have checked the feed. It's a fair delivery. Please start with front on spin vision.
Stand by black. You have to stand by black. Roll.
Front on spin vision coming up. Okay, it's passing close to the bat. Could you give me Aldridge please to confirm whether there is any bat involved? Ravi waiting for Aldridge. It's building up. Stand by. Still waiting for Aldridge. Stand by.
Stand by. Update. Roll update.
Okay, Aldridge coming up. Keep rolling it. Okay, roll it. That hits the ground. There is a spike. Can you go back one more time, Hemant? One more time. Okay, roll it forward. Keep going. Bat hits the ground. There's a spike there. Yes, it's a flat line when the ball passes the bat. Confirm no bat involved. Ball tracking when it's ready, please.
Stand by off one and roll off one.
Ball tracking coming up. The original decision is not out. Pitching in line, impact in line. Wickets missing. Give me the on-field umpire, please. Ravi, you can stay with your original decision and not out. I will let you know when you're on screen. You're on screen now. Make your signal. Yes.
Good call from Vimalasiri. 36 for none.
Just an opportunity that Lanka and Deekshana saw. Entire crowd went up in the hope that it would hit the stumps. That's about it. It's a great start from India, right on top, this encounter.
The 4th over, 36 for no loss. Looks like Asita Fernando will continue. 9 runs from that over. Short third man, short fine leg are in the circle. Deep cow point and deep square leg are the 2 fielders in the deep.
Well, when the ball's flying to all parts, you do live in hope. You do hope you can sneak one through. And hence the review. Plays it late. Lightning quick the outfield and another boundary, this time to Gill.
Now this is just too easy. Shubman Gill just waiting on the back foot for an extra second. There was width on offer. It was a slower ball attempted. All he had to do was guide it. That vacant spaces in the third region.
One thing you cannot do as a fast bowler, having third man in the circle and bowl 6 off stump line. You're asking for trouble. Change of field. Cow point comes in and short third man goes back.
Yeah, the Sri Lankan players were very excited when they did see Jaiswal being hit on the pad by Deekshana. It did straighten, but slightly to that offside, wasn't it? Not enough. Knuckleball, fingers behind it, but yet he's got the wrists to generate pace and play it very late.
Even during the LPL, this is the ball was leaked so much runs for Asita Fernando. And whenever he's hitting the deck hard, bowling those Yorkers in the death overs, he was fine. And bowling the slower delivery, I don't think he has mastered it yet, and has been leaking runs lately.
Hammered forward. Hasaranga didn't even try. He would never have got anywhere near it from deep square leg.
They're just feeding the Indian batters the length they prefer. Shubman Gill, the first one, slower ball offside, at pace, leg side. Thank you very much, says Shubman Gill.
If it's meant to be a bounce, it's got to be head high, not chest high, especially for players like Jaiswal and Gill, who sits back in the crease.
70 for none in 2016. That's the highest power play score that India have gotten against Sri Lanka. At this rate, they'll go past that. Batting even better, great awareness. Last ball of last over. Sri Lanka lost a review, but this is what happened.
You will get some chances with Jaiswal. He predetermines certain shots, especially the sweep. Fuller this time from Theekshana. He was convinced. Hawkeye suggested otherwise, much to the dismay of the crowd.
Can't believe it, Theekshana. Deep square leg and the point. The boundary, that's the field for Jaiswal. Oh, he gets out. Gets out of jail. Asita Fernando, that should have gone.
That was another knuckle delivery. Lucky that he did not find the boundary.
That's why Yashasvi Jaiswal is amongst the best. He carries on balls per boundary even better than his skipper, who's number one batter in the world.
72% of his runs in the power play come in boundaries. Almost up there with Travis Head of Australia. In fact, strike rate even better. But our focus was runs. Balls for runs. Wow, another slow one. He's picked that up and hit it for 6. The 50 is on the board. 51 for none.
Yeah, 50 no time. Run rate of 12.75. Another knuckle delivery goes the distance. Asita Fernando got to be mastering it even better playing international cricket. In LPL cricket you'll get away, but international cricket players like Jaiswal will put it away for fun.
Brilliant start for India. 51 without loss, having lost the toss as well. Crowd still streaming in. Excellent crowd here at Palakele. It will be Theekshana once more. Shubman Gill, a little more classical so far. Yashasvi Jaiswal has been brutal. Already 8 4s and 2 6s. This was the last of them.
What a start for India, especially Yashasvi Jaiswal. It seems he's aware of what bowlers are trying to do and always been up for it. In combination with Shubman Gill, he is now 19 from 10, but look at Jaiswal, 34 from 16. Started with some delightful boundaries.
Well, this crowd will be wondering what Sri Lanka can do to get back into this match. So far, Sri Lanka has decided to make one bowling change, just the one over for Madhushankar, and then straight to Theekshana, who we know this role in the power play, even as a spinner, is not foreign to him. It's nice use of the feet. We'll pick up a single. Roshan, what would you like to see Sri Lanka do to get back into this?
Well, I like to see the fast bowlers bowling straighter, not giving width. There was so much of width outside the off stump. Started off with the delivery outside the leg stump that was easily put away, and then so much of width. And also the overuse of the slower ball. It's been just taken apart by the Indian batters.
Already the field on that 30-yard circle holding back particularly for Jaiswal, 34 off 17. Yeah, the one thing I was surprised about in the IPL, Yashasvi Jaiswal got out to the short ball a lot. It's not quite the bounce, maybe a little slow, but they didn't test him up around the badge of the helmet. That's nicely done down the ground. Work for long on. Who can't get there? Another boundary.
This is fabulous batting from Jaiswal. Very clinical, the way he has tackled the seam bowlers as well as the spinners. Finds the gap this time on the offside. Good flourish of the willow. And there it goes for another boundary.
Well, we're talking of two batters who have a brilliant strike rate. This man has a strike rate of 160 plus.
Quick single this time, that makes it tougher. Boundaries and then the single. 59 without loss. One over left in the power play, and it's been outstanding from India. 59 without loss. It is full on attack at this point. Just under 12 runs and over. We'll be back to Madhu Shankar. No slip. Goes straight. And Yashasvi Jaiswal will be disappointed he didn't pick up on that.
He looks a special player, isn't it, Jaiswal? It's been outstanding for the Indian openers. Started off in style of the very first delivery. Some really good drives, touch shots, powerful cuts, and some exquisite driving as well. And it's just fearless batting. Just taking on the bowlers, not afraid to express themselves, not afraid to go after them.
I think, Sabha, they complement each other well too, don't they? The left-hander, Yashasvi Jaiswal, almost, it feels like, looking for a boundary every single delivery. Shubman Gill a little bit more measured with his approach. That is beautiful. Exactly like that. Classical and elegant from Gill.
That's measured batting for you, Scotty, isn't it? That's Shubman Gill. The aggression shown by Yashasvi Jaiswal that allows him to breathe. And I think when he does this, then he picks the right length. Seems that he is also in complete control here, Shubman Gill. That's why this right-hand, left-hand combination for India, this is so refreshing.
Another one of those slower deliveries you talked about as well, Roshan. Deep backward point, deep backward square. The two men in outside the circle. He goes down the ground once more. It's back-to-back boundaries.
This is too easy. Risk-free cricket, and runs are flowing. And just look at the way they're making those runs. That slower ball punched back past the bowler over the head. That one a little bit pace on over mid-wicket. He's just starting to pick his spots. And they are just making it look a little bit too easy.
He really stands tall here, Shubman Gill. And the execution has been flawless so far. Very mature. That's why he's one of those rare cricketers been looked at from the Indian perspective who can play all three formats. And he has done exceedingly well.
Yeah, it's a good short ball, just as we talked about. And the other thing too, you can tell these two in the middle, they look calm, don't they? They're well and truly into their innings. This is just an extension of an on drive. Knew the field was up. But conversely, Sri Lanka, the eyes are wide. They're a little frantic. It's easy to tell by the body language that they are under pressure.
Depleted bowling attack also, Roshan. Number of injuries that has, I'm sure, affected the entire bowling component of the Sri Lankan side.
Short again. He's waiting for it this time. And we've got it all the way for 6.
Just look at that. It is India's highest power play score this year. And they've done it with the greatest of ease. Just look at this pull shot. never rocked back, just stood there, and look at how he finishes it. Rode the bounce and was perfect.
The surface not so quick. That is why it allows Shubman Gill to play off the front foot on a superb shot from him.
Straight up. It's going to take some catching. Who wants it? Oh no, he took his eyes off it. But a brilliant effort. They get the breakthrough. Finally, it turned out to be a stunning catch. Asita Fernando.
For a moment I thought he didn't want it. He was camping underneath it. For a moment he gave it away. He was looking at someone else coming in. And great reaction. You need to take a look at how that reaction happens. He camps underneath it, never an easy catch, but at one stage he just gave it away. And then had the presence of mind to quickly gather and catch it.
So finally it's Madhushankar who gets the breakthrough. Shubman Gill, a breezy knock from him. He's gone for 34. India 74 for 1.
So a wicket has finally fallen. It was on the final ball of the power play, but an outstanding 6 overs from India. The talented Shubman Gill, Yashasvi Jaiswal putting on 74. But a new batsman, and it will be the captain, Surya Kumar Yadav. Power play is over. And that means Wanindu Hasaranga gets an opportunity. Not a bad move, I think.
He always bowls immediately after the power play, is Wanindu. Never bowls in the power play. Oh, bowled. They're asking for a stumping. Let's see. I think that's huge. He's so good with the wrong and completely did him. Jaiswal possibly playing for some leg break. It went the other way.
No, he did play for the leg break. This was a googly from Hasaranga. Played the wrong line, Jaiswal, and stretched on the front foot a bit too much. And that is why the keeper was up to the mark. They've gone up. Not yet, we'll have to wait and watch.
TV umpire director, we have
was playing so well.
Umpire referral for stumping. I have checked the feet. It's a fair delivery. Please give me the side-on angle of the stumping, please.
Okay, stand by half 1 and roll half 1.
Okay. Keep rolling it. Clearly the foot is in the air. The wickets are broken. I have a decision for the giant screen. My decision is
Two and 2 balls. Brilliant work from behind the stumps, and Hasaranga gets his man. Yashasvi Jaiswal for a brilliant 40 at 74 for 2. The left-hand, right-hand combination continues. Rishabh Pant comes in at number 4. Both these batsmen yet to face a delivery. So a chance for Sri Lanka to get through some overs as quickly as they can as well. India don't need to panic. The run rate is excellent, 12 runs and over. very good performer on the world stage is Hasaranga. Brilliant in last year's Lankan Premier League, not quite so good this season. Rishabh Pant comes in at number 4 with a job to do. It will be a heavy leg side boundary field for him. Numbers perhaps that don't show the real talent and class that he has. An average of just 22. Maybe with the recent retirements of Kohli, Rohit, further opportunity up the order.
Still trying to find his place in the T20 lineup here, Scotty and Roshan. It seemed that they have swapped places, and he's here because of this dismissal. Deceived completely. Yashasvi Jaiswal was overbalanced, and off come the bails very quickly. Back-to-back wickets for Sri Lanka, and this is a strong comeback for the Sri Lankan side. Generally in the World Cup, if you have noticed, Rishabh Pant came in number 3, Suryakumar Yadav number 4. Now it seems that they have swapped places. Maybe it's the beginning of the change we can see in this era of Suryakumar Yadav and Gautam Gambhir.
Yeah, I think it'll be the case if it was Yashasvi Jaiswal out. And Rishabh Pant comes in at 3, just to keep the left-hand, right-hand combination going. Talking about it with Robin Uthappa in the pre-match show. It's something that Gautam Gambhir liked to do at KKR. So maybe a floating batting order situation for India moving forward. The other thing too is that teams and players always talk about matchups, and this is a good one, turning the ball away from Yashasvi Jaiswal. Suryakumar Yadav has a very good record against Hasaranga. Strike rate over 180. He's only been dismissed once. But I'm still fascinated how the new captain, will he change the way he plays? What better way to find out, having lost 2 wickets in 2 balls?
It was quite clear in this press conference before the series started. There will be no change in his batting style. And I don't reckon that there is a change, or there should be a change in his batting style.
That's beautifully bowled. No slip in place. And it will be a boundary.
Yeah, Hasaranga doesn't bowl too many leg breaks, but that time found the outside edge. Well, Sri Lanka missed a slip, but then the stage they're in, the way the Indian batters are looking to attack, Sri Lanka taking a more defensive approach, finding the outside edge. That was a genuine outside edge.
Well, even after that delivery, there won't be a slip that comes in for the final ball. Yeah, you're always wary about that as a captain, to not be seen as a captain that follows the ball. You're always 1 ball too late. But in saying that, having 2 brand new batsmen at the crease, an attacking field would be exactly what Sri Lanka need right now. It's a very good over. A wicket and 7 runs from it, 81 for 2.
Yeah, Hasaranga is so good. That's why he's considered a champion. He bowls particularly in the middle overs, and that's been the reason why the Sri Lanka has been able to break through quite a few times. And this is an important phase of the game, I think, because you need wickets here. You need another one for Sri Lanka. Just can't let these 2 settle in.
The opening partnership worth 74, but both those batsmen back in the pavilion. So a job for the new skipper, Suryakumar Yadav, along with Rishabh Pant. It's fascinating. So many storylines you can talk about in this series for both teams. I would have been tempted in this case to throw the ball to Patirana, who can be expensive, and he will do the role at the end of the innings. We know that. We've seen that in the IPL, but he is a genuinely wicket-taking type of bowler. And if they can pick up 1 or 2 here, they're back in this.
They can run for 2 quite easily. Both of them very fit here, Sky and Rishabh Pant. Yes, you're right, Scotty. I think Patirana would have been a better choice, or a different kind of an option altogether, because we keep talking about attacking intent in batting, but it should also be there in the kind of bowling resources you have and the kind of changes you bring in. That's the wicket of Shubman Gill. Good catch in the end. The presence of mind working well by Asit Fernando. All smiles in the end, and why not?
Maybe just a little high.
Yeah, definitely high, no doubt about it. But yeah, I get the point about Pathirana, because Sri Lanka's way forward has to be wickets. And Pathirana is somebody, can be a little bit wavered, but he is a player, he's a bowler who would get you wickets. Might be expensive, go for a few runs, but he can get you 3 or 4 wickets in quick time. And with 2 new batters, that would have been a really good option. But he generally bowls in the second half of the innings. So maybe Charita Salanka is going with a tried and tested plan. But yeah, you sometimes need to think out of the box.
It's always the argument, though, is we'll go in with plans, matchups they like, certain stages when they want their bowlers to bowl, but do they have the ability to adapt on their feet, make the necessary adjustments, or do they just stick to that game plan no matter what?
Especially in this T20 format, Scotty, I really think that you need to be very flexible. Charita Salanka, still young in his captaincy days, has led Sri Lanka in 2 T20Is, but also away against Bangladesh. He'll take his time to settle down and figure out his bowling plans. But yes, Pathirana, the way he was utilized by MS Dhoni in IPL, was quite refreshing.
He's picked it up. He's picked it up, and it's gone a long way back. A massive 6.
What about that? That is Surya for you. What a magnificent shot on the leg stump. Look at Dilshan Madhushankar's expression, I beg your pardon. Just on the pads and just moved inside the line, strong wrists. Goodness, this man. He can create shots, he can manufacture shots. That's one of them.
And he's been able to do that because Surya Kumar Yadav is so dexterous. He used the angle so well. It seemed that he anticipates the line of the length the bowler is trying to bowl and gets into strong positions. Surya Kumar strike rate in T20s against pace bowlers 189, against spin 140. And as his inning progresses, the strike rate also goes up.
It's the reason my own personal preference is for Surya Kumar Yadav to come in at number 3 no matter what. I love the role he plays for the Mumbai Indians in the IPL when he bats at 3. He just has that ability. When he does get a score, he invariably wins the game for you. It comes in such quick time. And I think those strike rates tell that same story. 180 plus against pace bowlers, just 139 against spinners. Get him in early. He'll play shots just like that last one. Goes once again. A lot finer. It won't be 6, but it'll be a boundary.
What about the line that time? Short fine leg in the circle. And you know that Surya Kumar would look to play shots like that. Again, you could see that delivery more towards the leg stump. And he just moves inside the line. Short fine leg in the circle became the very easy option. Use the bounce and pace.
And the movement of trying to get inside the line comes so late. It does not offer the bowler any opportunity to change his length. With the short fine in, this is an easy shot for Surya Kumar Yadav. He can do that quite easily.
Just doesn't commit immediately, does he? He gets into that position, but he still is able to play around the ground if necessary. He's such a talent and incredibly difficult to bowl to. Deep mid wicket's gone back. He's gone finer again. This could be a chance. Oh, it's gone down. It's ended up being a boundary. A big over in the end. 17 runs from it. 98 for 2.
An opportunity in the previous over for Sri Lanka to get rid of the Indian captain. They've been unrelenting. The Indian batters, the 2 wickets, haven't stopped them from taking the foot off the accelerator. Rishabh Pant, just the 5 balls for him, 5 runs. Surya Kumar Yadav racing away to 19 of 6. I'm joined in the commentary box by Robin Uthappa and Parvez Maharouf. Definitely been the best bowler on show. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, Abhinav. Certainly has been super impressive tonight. It's bowling with that scramble seam, so it's keeping the batters guessing with if it's going to be a leg spinner or a googly. And he is getting a little bit of assistance here from this wicket. It has been slightly slow, so the ball's kind of gripping just enough. Again, another leading edge. Sent back by Surya Kumar Yadav.
Massive opportunity, last ball of the previous over. Bounce attempted by Dilshan Madhusankar. And the deep fine leg field, Asita Fernando took a good catch, missed it possibly in the lights.
Again, the googly would have been tight if he had hit.
Yeah, he has kept the batters guessing here, Hasaranga. He's utilising that scramble seam to perfection tonight. He's pulling the right pace on this wicket. Good bit of fielding there from Madhushanka after bowling. Nice dive as well from Rishabh Pant to secure his wicket.
Almost took the Achilles tendon off Vanidhu Hasaranga there.
That single brings up the 100 for India. Not even at the halfway mark. The intent's clear. The message is clear from the skipper and goes down to the team. They've been positive throughout. Good bit of fielding from Kusal Pereira will just be the single.
Just a googly's been bowled at Rishabh Pant, not a single leg spinner been bowled. And that's something that Vanidhu Hasaranga will continue against the left hand. Comfortable, and also the ball is gripping.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's generally been his nature, isn't it? He generally likes to go away and across any batter that he's bowling to. So it's right-hander, predominantly leg spinners, much like this one, swept from the stumps. And it's the end of the over. 9 overs gone, 102 for 2.
Just 4 runs from that over. 4 googlies to the left hand, 2 leg spinners to the right hand. That has been the go-to delivery for Vanidhu Hasaranga. What a wonderful start for India after being put into bat. Definitely in driver's seat and commanding.
Yeah, just the Hasaranga overs. Economically wise for the Sri Lankans, the Pacers have gone the distance. Yeah, some tall buildings for India after being put into bat. 102 for 2 at the end of 9. And in spite of the carnage, we're still not seeing any sign of Matisha Patirana. Expected this earlier, and Kamindu Mendis looks like he's going to come on. Which arm is he going to bowl from, Parvez Maharouf?
Left arm to the right hand, right arm to the left hand. Simple as that.
I love it. I just love where cricket's going, guys. This is exactly what you want to see. This is the evolution of the game happening right in front of our eyes. God alone knows where the game will be in 10 years' time. The innovation has been just magnificent. And what a way to start. Surya Kumar Yadav welcomes Kamindu with a boundary over extra cover. Nice looking shot right up there, asking to be hit for a batter of his caliber.
Full of class. Width, length, perfect for Surya Kumar. Nicely played. It got to be much more straighter, and the length has to be much more shorter from Kamindu Mendis, especially against Surya Kumar, who's a 360 player. It's very important to keep him quiet, not give him easy runs over here.
Be interesting to see how Kamindu responds here, or will he react and bowl quicker through the air? Seen Hasaranga bowled slower through the air and been effective. The second ball, again, flatter trajectory, but much shorter, tucked away for a single.
And like you mentioned, Maruf, he comes around the wicket, the off break. Personally, I'm a fan of his left arm spin, if there's even something to choose from. Left arm spin, off break, I prefer his left arm spin.
Yeah, we'll have to ask Parveez, as in which arm is actually his strong arm, like which is his natural arm?
Right arm, I would say. He's been someone that came into the scene as ambidextrous bowler who could bat. Nowadays, it's the other way around. The roles have changed. He's a batter who could bowl a bit. So, but still, in these kind of surface, in these kind of conditions, he's 2 overs, 3 overs, or maybe even 4 is going to be important.
Yeah, will he be courageous enough to bowl slower through the air? Suryakumar Yadav, much better pace on this delivery.
Yeah, it's already learning on the job for Charit Asalanka, the new Sri Lankan captain. He's got to have his idea set in terms of the next 10 overs, because India are looking good for in excess of 200.
Parveez, if it's slow in the first innings, will it continue to be slow in the second, or will it get better? The dew factor for the visitors to be concerned about.
I did have a chat with the curator just before the pitch report, and he did say that last couple of days, or maybe 3 days, there was no dew at all. But generally up in Pallakele, underlights, the ball tend to skid on to the back. But this surface for me lacks a bit of moisture and looks very dry. Hence, that's what I said. The ball might stop. The way the Indians have batted, they have taken the pitch completely equation.
9 runs coming off the Mendes over, 111 for 2 India.
Nelson on the board for India. What a fantastic start. Suryakumar Yadav, 12 balls, 28 runs, hardly a sweat been dropped. Looks for a big one, India. Plenty of batting to come. Riyan, Hardik, Rinku, Axar, they all can bat. And the situation is very, very good. And the foundation has been laid. Now, for some fun with the bat for the Indians.
Yeah, Robbie, wanted to chat to you about this. The batting card for India, Riyan Parag coming in at number 4, slotted in at number 4.
Yeah, you're right. I think it's slotted in. I think nobody's got really a position. I think it's going to continue to be left, right, all the way down to Axar. Because I saw Rinku parrot up there, and Hardik also parrot up along with Riyan Parag. So I reckon you will continue to see left, right going on here. I think it's a new trend, or the new norm perhaps, that India will utilize moving forward. I actually thought, sorry, I beg your pardon, I actually thought we'd see Pati Rana come in to bowl, Avi. Maybe coming in for the next over then.
Yeah, even in the LPL, he just bowled 1 over in the first half of the innings. And for CSK, he does the job at the death. That's close, that's close. Hasaranga is convinced, the umpire isn't.
I think Kusal Mendes is letting him know that's possibly pitching outside the leg stump. And Manidhu Hasaranga is trying to convince the captain, go upstairs, but Kusal Mendes, the wicketkeeper, is not sure. And goes it.
TV umpire to director, we have a player review for LBW. The on-field decision is not out. I've checked the feed. It's a fair delivery. Please start with the front on spin vision.
Stand by black, roll black.
Front on spin vision coming up. Okay, passing close to the gloves and the bat. So give me Ultra to confirm whether there is any bat involved. Stand by, Ravi. Ultra is building up. Still building. Stand by.
Still building.
Ultrage is still building, Ravi. Stand by.
Okay, stand by. Up to.
Ultrage coming up.
And roll up to.
Yeah, keep rolling. Keep rolling. Okay. Clearly, gap between the bat and ball. No bat involved. Ball tracking when it's ready, please.
Stand by. Up one.
Waiting for ball tracking. Stand by, Ravi.
Stand by. Up one. And
Still waiting for ball tracking. Stand by.
stand by. Up one. Roll up one.
Ball tracking coming up. The original edition is not out. Pitching outside leg. Please give me the on-field umpire, Ravi. You can stay with your original edition of not out. I will let you know when you're on screen. Stand by. Stand by. You're on screen now. You can make the signal.
The correct decision from the umpire. Pitching outside leg, it was probably the hardest sometimes for a left-hander.
Yeah, absolutely. But Mr. Vimaraseri has been on the button tonight. You know, the first one as well. Felt it was going outside the off stump, and he was bang on. And this one, just outside the leg stump.
Needs a bit of a move on here, Rishabh Pant, looking to score, try and be aggressive. No boundaries thus far in his 13-ball stay.
Yeah, just on the point of the DRS in the last ball. I thought Kusal Mendes was sensible. Always listen to the wicket keeper. He knows it. He didn't want it, but
You're
Hasaranga.
right. Spoken like a bowler, huh? As in actually this time spoken like the batting all-rounder. Generally, bowlers always think it's out. It's always hitting the stumps. It's always pitched in line. A great bit of fielding. It's looking for the ball. Unfortunately, while searching for the ball, it just rolls over and hits the Toblerone. Another boundary.
A valiant attempt by Dilshan Madhusankar. Just unlucky, this trickle pass. What Suryakumar is doing well, he's playing the sweep shot from square leg up to mid-wicket. That's how good he is. Just unlucky. Massive effort. Agonizingly just tricking away to the boundary.
That gets extremely low. Surya Kumar Yadav has a wide range of sweep shots. There you go again. This time in front, work for the deep mid-wicket fielder. Misfield again. One of the better fielders, Pathum Nisanka. Back-to-back boundaries for Surya Kumar Yadav.
This is why I said Suryakumar can play the sweep shot from square leg up to mid-wicket. This time in front of square because the line was straighter and the length was slightly short. And Pathum Nisanka, for me, should have done better.
Yeah, you're wrong actually. He can play from deep mid-wicket to deep backward square leg. He loves the sweep shot and he plays it with so much panache. It gets down so low. That's the difference between him and his rate of consistency with the sweep shot versus the other batters. You always feel like you've almost got him, but you're so far away. End of the over, 122 for 2 after 11.
A couple of boundaries in that over. Oh, should have been stopped. One by Dilshan Madhusankar, the other by this man on screen. And all of a sudden, Hasaranga's figures are getting spoilt.
Striking at 237, Surya Kumar Yadav. Big over for Hasaranga as well. 11 coming off it. 122 for 2 after 11 overs. Some tall buildings in the midst after being asked to bat India. And it's about time that Sri Lanka make a change in terms of their bowling. The death specialist, or the later half specialist, Matisha Patirana, comes on to bowl. Already a superstar in the T20 world. Another one coming from the ranks of Sri Lanka with a slingy action, but he's fast. That's the difference.
Your packed house here at the Pallikele, and currently the favourite bowler of the Sri Lankan fans, Patirana, in to bowl his first ball.
And most importantly, playing in his hometown, in front of his home crowd. Matisha Patirana, who has made lots of strides thanks to IPL, made a name for himself now. He's one of the first in the list of the Sri Lankan playing 11.
38 of 17 for the Indian skipper. And he's been aggressive right from the word go. He mentioned that captaincy wouldn't change his batting style, and he's been true to his word. That was quick. Good awareness from Rishabh Pant to sneak in a single. But straight away you can see that Surya Kumar's trouble. Not before this. 39 of 18, and he started where he left off. Robin Uthappa, how impressive has he been?
Phenomenally impressive. Just played just the way he knows to play. Good creating shots to his strength. Hits the good ball away, which makes him so difficult to bowl to. And got access to every part of the ground, every inch of the ground. He knows exactly how to get the ball in those spaces. And pacing the game really well, which allows someone like Rishabh Pant to play the kind of innings he's played tonight. He would love to get a move on from here, so would India, because this is, I would reckon, a real turning point phase in the course of this game. Punched away to sweep a cover, which brings up the 50 partnership between these two gentlemen.
Surya Kumar has outscored Rishabh Pant. But Surya Kumar Yadav, you don't expect anything less from him. He scores in the back V more than any other player on the planet. 51% of runs behind the stumps. Oh, he missed out on that occasion. Appeal from Patirana, wide signal.
A good change of length by Matisha Patirana. Not only the Yorker, slow ball, slips in the bouncer. And as always, for Matisha Patirana, fine leg and third man is very, very fine. That's something that Sri Lanka has kept on doing ever since he started playing. And that's where I think Surya Kumar Yadav will also know the gap between square leg and fine leg is also big, since fine leg is very fine.
Look how fine that fine leg fielder is. Almost behind the keeper. It doesn't matter for Surya Kumar Yadav. Great connection on this occasion. And it's his second six.
What a phenomenal shot this from Surya Kumar Yadav. Set himself up to play on the leg side. You could see from that setup, open and waiting for the ball to be pitched back over length so that he can play that pickup shot, which is bread and butter for him. And Patirana banging the ball into the deck. And Surya Kumar Yadav taking full toll of it.
Sitting deep in the crease, he's expecting the ball to be in a good length, and he just wants to pick up. And the pace what Matisha Patirana is bowling at 140 plus, that will always work to the batsman's side.
Now he's going to play over the offside here, gents. No. I reckon good batters, every time they get a six or a boundary on one side of the ground, they're always ready to play a shot on the other side. But look at this way, look at the way he picks up this ball. He's so ready for it. Allows the ball to come close to him so that he can utilize the pace and the bounce off the wicket, and gets under the ball so beautifully so that he doesn't have to put in too much effort to get it distance and elevation.
Cut away nicely with good effort from Nissanka, but the third umpire will have a look at that. Couple of runs for now.
Yeah, Pathum Nissanka this time does a good job. Possibly will have a chat with the third umpire, but still, full marks for the effort. And this occasion,
could you give me the best angle of the
Matisha
bowling,
Patirana is bowling outside the yaw stump slowly, possibly.
Yeah.
Okay, it's runs.
Good effort from Pathum Nissanka, saving 2. Matisha Patirana's introduction. No change to the scoring rate. He'll keep strike, Surya Kumar Yadav. 13 coming off that over, 135 for 2.
It's an awesome batting performance by India. The buildings are starting to get big. Some of those have been really big, the others, it's a gradual progression. They're starting to build.
Certainly has been. Momentum is completely with India at the moment. Surya Kumar Yadav been the main entity of damage here to Sri Lanka. T20 has gone for 22 of 2 overs. He's come back on. Will this be the space and time that Rishabh Pant goes on the attack?
Into the gap again. Great timing. That's for 20th half century in T20I for Surya Kumar, and the second fastest 50 by Sky in T20 cricket. And what an innings it turns out to be.
First game as captain, and shows that he can lead from the front. Lost 2 wickets in a couple of deliveries, and then stood up and scored 52 of just 22 deliveries here, Scotty. Top innings this.
Well, that's what you've asked for, the leaders to step up when the big names who have recently retired. Who was going to be that man? Surya Kumar Yadav has shown he has the skills, the temperament. And now they're in such a good position. 130, 140 now. 220 looks on. And look, to be fair, this is a quick outfield. Sri Lanka will have to feel that with the talent they have in their side, they can chase it down, but they need to work hard for these remaining 7.4 overs.
Yeah, they need to try and keep it to a manageable score. Now, what is a manageable score here?
I felt that there's going to be a 200 game anyway. Gets under the ball and dropped again. Asita on the field is not having a great day today. Second catch he's dropping tonight. The one that he took also, he just kind of managed to take it by the skin of his neck, but this one, another one, goes a-begging.
Well, I tell you what, if you're Shubman Gill, you're feeling a little disappointed that he held on to the first one. There was a brilliant catch to start the night. That one should have been taken. You cannot give quality players like this opportunities. And T20, he knows it as well.
Found a little bit of turn there. He tends to push it through a bit quicker. That turned a bit.
Now, finally, sir, the slower you've bowled in this track, the more purchase you've actually got as a spinner. And Hasaranga has someone utilised that tonight. Haven't seen the other spinners utilise it, but when he's done that, the first ball, T20 has got some turn here. Will he go back to it? No, he bangs it in. And it's going in the gap, but we'll get only one. Asita, I beg your pardon. Kusal Pereira cleaning up there. Deep square leg. And it's time for Rishabh Pant to get a move on. He's got enough time to get his eye in.
It's a dry surface, as we know, and T20 generally bowls in the low 90s, high 90s. Now, that's a rare delivery, the high 80s. And yes, you're right. Every time he bowled it a little bit slow, particularly that time. There was something, some purchase. 11 runs in the over. 13 done. 146 for 2. Well, at the current rate, 224 is what India might get, but I'm sure they're aiming at more because they got 7 overs left, 2 set batters, particularly Surya, 54 of 24.
Yeah, they will have to look to get above 237 at least, because it's a big partnership. Must be worth more than 60 or 70 runs at the moment. Yeah, and Rishabh Pant, 72 runs of just 43 deliveries. Surya will continue to keep going, but Rishabh Pant will need to get a move on here. That will enable India to get to about 230, 240, which would be ideally the score they would like to get, especially in the position that they find themselves at the moment.
It's quite incredible, isn't it? 16 off 17 deliveries for Rishabh Pant. He's been happy to play second fiddle to his captain. But I'm with you. I think it's now time. Foot goes down. Look at the talent to come. Riyan Parag, Hardik Pandya, Rinku Singh and Akshar more than handy with the bat. So a lot of batting to come. They can afford to just take some risks. Although this man is tough to get away. Patirana at his best.
Yeah, but what about this? The half century. The skipper, Surya, has been magnificent. Power, timing, innovation, everything in one package.
Batsmanship at its best here from Suryakumar Yadav. Even the shot to get his 50. I was thinking, how dare he? What a fantastic shot. It shows you the kind of confidence and field awareness that he possesses, even though he's done in the role of a leader. Great start to his captaincy career, I'd say.
The incredible thing about that, 55% of his runs have come behind square on the leg side.
Oh, thank you very much. Woo! What about that? The 150 is up. Pitched up that time, a rare delivery that went full and gets the treatment.
And this is the most beautiful thing about Suryakumar Yadav. You bowl back of a length to him, he picks you up from deep fine leg to deep square leg and pummels you for runs. And then you say, okay, I'm going to go fuller to this guy. But when you do go fuller, he'll hit you straight down the ground like a tracer bullet.
Thing is, he's parking himself on the back foot, as you could see. And that, how close is that? That has to be close. Yes, that's out. That went full. He was parking on the back foot and completely missed it. Now he's thinking about it. But that looked good to me.
This is where pace is your friend, isn't it? As a bowler, we've seen Suryakumar Yadav play through that leg side, this time just beaten for that extra pace. 149 kilometres an hour. And I think this is more of a hope from Suryakumar Yadav with the review.
The on-field decision is out. I've checked the fade. It's a fair delivery. Please start with front on spin vision.
Stand by. Okay, and roll right.
Front on spin vision coming up. Okay, passing close to the bat. Just give me alternate to confirm whether there is any bat
Stand
involved.
by hop 2. Roll hop 2.
Alternate coming up. Roll it. Roll it. Okay, it's a flat line when the ball passes the bat. Confirm no bat involved. Ball tracking when it's ready, please.
Stand by hop 1 and roll hop 1.
Ball tracking coming up. Original decision is out. Pitching in line, impacting line, wickets hitting. Give me the on-field. Umpire Ruchi, you can stay with original decision of out. I will let you know when you're on screen. Stand by. Stand by. You're on screen now. Thank you.
Well, that's a confirmation. That's a huge scalp as far as Sri Lanka is concerned, but a lot of damage done by the captain. Magnificent effort. But Patirana, the man who gets him, Suryakumar Yadav out for 56 of just 26 deliveries. 150 for 3. Sky out for 58 that time, LBW, but look at the depth India carries. Hardik Pandya in. Another powerful striker, quick scorer. The strike rate is simply magnificent, the rate these batters score at. But what about this man, Matisha Patirana? He's bowled with a very good head of steam and he's an attacking option as far as Sri Lanka is concerned.
Yeah, quickly learns from his errors, does Matisha Patirana. Hardik Pandya here, averaging 26, strike rate of 140, 450s, best of 71 not out. Such an important cog in the wheel in the recently concluded T20 World Cup. Plays such an important role with Hardik Pandya. Coming back to Patirana, he has been phenomenal.
I must confess though, I should get back for 2 on another misfield. I'm surprised that Hardik Pandya has come out in front of Riyan Parag. And the only reason I say that, if this was a World Cup game, Hardik Pandya comes in for me now. But I want to know more about Riyan Parag at this level. I want to know more about Shivam Dube from an Indian perspective at this level. So you need to give them opportunities. And what a platform that had been laid. 150 for 3 when Surya Kumar Yadav was out. Riyan Parag, I think, would have been a good opportunity to see him here.
Yeah, it's a very good point you make because, as you say, India's sitting pretty. So he's obviously due next, but then it would have been perfect for him to come in. Sri Lanka under some pressure. India looking good, good rate of scoring. They got Pant at the other end as well.
They do. However, I think India going with this left-right combination. So I think if a lefty gets out, then a lefty comes in and bat, and Hardik's come in because Sky got out. But interesting point you make there, Scotty. I tend to agree with you. Maybe they could have sent someone like Riyan Parag instead of Hardik Pandya, because this is the time to kind of experiment with these things. It's the end of the over, 153 for 3.
.153 for 3. But we're going to see a bowling change. So much. Wanindu Hasaranga is coming back. He's bowled 3 overs, 1 for 22. Lankan bowling, they've struggled. The seam bowlers have bowled a little bit wavered. Their lengths have been wavered. The Indian batters have taken them on.
And how the slip comes into place as well. Perhaps should have been there when that edge off Surya Kumar Yadav. What was he on, naught or pretty close to his first delivery? But how good has Hasaranga been? The one bowler who seems to have been able to control the scoring. He's been able to control what parts of the ground he wants the Indian batsman to hit the ball. He can put his fieldsman there. He's had those reviews as well, so he's been threatening throughout.
An interesting pace he's bowling at. That first delivery was in the low 80s, so he's looking to sort of slow it up a little bit. Got a bit of bounce that time, as you could see. He's not someone who enjoys bounce too much. He likes the ball to stay low. Hasaranga.
Yeah, I'm certain he does. Doesn't utilize the trajectory. This one up in the air. Long off, trying to come under it, but will not reach it. Kamindo ran in about 35 yards to his left. Unfortunately, just fell slightly behind covers beyond the 30-yard circle. And again, slower through the air on the seam leg spinner. Sliced through it, did Hardik Pandya. And he kind of felt it as well. Came running, but just fell short of him.
Hasaranga's very clever. He tends to play around with his pace. Good running, very good running. But at the moment, he's in the low 80s. He's searching for some turn, he's searching for some grip. The one that Hardik Pandya skied appeared to grip a little bit, so he was not to it.
And that's the difference that we've seen between him and the rest of the Sri Lankan bowlers. He's bowled aggressively, he's looked to try and get wickets, and by trying to do so, he's kept India at bay. He's been disciplined. He's given only 26 runs away in 3.4 overs.
And that's one difference I think we'll see, Roshan, with the Indian spinners. I expect Akshar Patel to slow it up a little bit, in particular as a spinner. Hasaranga has got some turn when he's been brave enough to bowl around that 80km/h mark. Slip in place, like to see him with the slow leg spinner.
You can tell it's the mindset that makes you produce the results that you do produce, and you can see the difference. It's chalk and cheese between someone like Hasaranga versus the other Sri Lankan bowlers. Even Patirana, even though he went for runs, he's looking for wickets, which is why he got a wicket. The intention behind what you do and when you do it will produce the results that you desire. If you bowl from a defensive mindset, you are bowling from behind the 8 ball, and you will feel the pressure of getting hit for runs. It's the end of the over, 159 for 3.
So Sri Lanka managing to bowl those last 2 overs, just conceding 13 runs. So that's some kind of a recovery as far as they're concerned. That run rate is now a little over 10. There was a time that India was going at 11, 11 and a half, sometimes even at 12.
And that is the thing. The last 2 overs were bowled by the 2 most aggressive bowlers in the Sri Lankan side. Both the bowlers looking to get wickets, and hence you see the fact that they got no wicket and they've kept the runs at bay as well. Only 13 runs in the last couple of overs. If you want to slow down your opposition in a T20 game, the best way to do it is get wickets, not bowl defensively.
Asita Fernando's back. In that first spell, we did see him dragging it, bowling a lot of slower deliveries, a lot of width, and taken apart.
You know, Roshan, and one of the things I noticed with the slower deliveries and the knuckle ball that he does is that he shows it to the batter so early that the batter is already ready for it. Because when you bowl a knuckle delivery to a batter, the batter generally gets to see a lot more of the ball than you generally see when you're holding it seam up. So you get to see about 70-80% of the ball, and he shows it so early that the batsman already knows what's gonna come.
Well, he's bowling his 3rd over at the moment, and I guess the one good thing, Kamindu Mendes has that 1 over. So plenty of options for Sri Lanka. Where does he go for the final, 4 overs after this? You'd say Patirana has 2?
Patirana generally is a death bowler. Now Sri Lanka is missing Dushmantha Chamira and Binura Fernando, who are not available, sick.
No one Tushara
as well. So obviously their death bowling plan revolves around them. So here Dilshan Madhushanka has gone for some runs, so they're bringing on Asita. They got a young Patirana who could come in and bowl. He's generally very good at the death, and he bowls in the second half of an innings. But the problem has been with the 2 opening bowlers.
Well, yeah, even the start that Yashasvi Jaiswal got off to the first over, when bang bang and put pressure immediately on even a high quality bowler like Madhushanka. I think Madhushanka is someone with tremendous capabilities, tremendous abilities, gets the ball to swing late, but he bowled short on this ground in the first over and then went for runs, and then pressure was on Sri Lanka completely.
See, another option that Sri Lanka didn't utilize is Dasun Shanaka. He did open the bowling in the Lanka Premier League. He bowled some very useful overs, but it could have been quite useful to be tried in the middle. Not necessarily opening, but in the middle.
There's not many bowlers I start smiling, Roshan. But I think if Dasun Shanaka on this pitch, in this outfield, the quality of batsman, you're looking to take him down.
I agree, but it's worth. I mean, at the rate the Sri Lankan bowlers were being carted around, so it's always worth to come on and bowl maybe an over, just see.
It is a double-edged sword, isn't it? And sometimes for opening batters, we like the pace on a lot more than when it's slow, when it's coming slow to us. So could be a double-edged sword, could work for Sri Lanka, but it's a punt that you're taking the first 6 overs. Would you want to do that? Is a question that Sri Lanka will have the answer to.
Well, you're saying that Asita Fernando shows the batsman early the knuckleball, but Rishabh Pant doesn't seem to be able to pick it up. Maybe he's not looking for it, not watching the hand closely enough. At the moment, he's swinging himself out of his shoes, which we know he does. Look at the grip. It's brilliantly bowled. And he's well through the shot as Rishabh Pant.
A great control. Now, on the point of Dasun Shanaka, I was not meaning he opens the bowling. That's not what I meant. I meant try him on at the rate the Sri Lankan bowlers were conceding run, just to try and change it up a little bit in the middle.
Oh, full toss. Thank you very much, says Rishabh Pant. That's the first boundary after 14 balls for the Indian team. Full toss, and he plays a nice little helicopter out into the stands.
You can see the plan, couldn't you? He tried to follow the knocker ball up with the Yorker. Unfortunately, knee high, thigh high even. And Rishabh Pant, who bats these days with very little footwork, but he's got such fast hands. He whips through the ball. And it's not a small ground here, is it? But that's gone a long way back. But yeah, back to the point about Dasun Shanaka. I still think maybe Sri Lanka could have brought Patirana into the attack earlier. Once those 2 wickets fell in 2 balls, to try and get 3 and 4.
Another boundary. That's a 6 and a 4 now. That's spoiling this over. 11 runs already. They got 1 ball to go in the over.
Yeah, and you can tell this is reactive bowling. He's bowled a bad ball and he's trying to make up for it. And you could tell there wasn't a clarity of thought as to what he was going to execute here. He was thinking of a Yorker and again made the error. Wasn't sure what he was going to bowl. I don't think he was clear. You generally want to be clear before you deliver what ball you're going to bowl, what you're going to execute. Asita clearly having a bad day today.
Last ball of the over. Goes again. This time. Well done. Very well done. Manidu Hasaranga in the deep. Definitely cut off too. Still a massive over. 13 runs. 4 to go. 172 for 3.
.172 for 3 after 16. The run rate 10.75. India eyeing a massive total, and 2 excited gentlemen alongside me, Abhinav Mukund and Sabah Karim. Good evening, guys.
Cheers, Russ. Yes, this is a splendid score for India. 4 overs to go. India can easily get to about 225, 230. With so much of depth in India's batting order. Rinku Singh, Rayan Parag, Akshar Patel. That's some muscle still to come.
Change of ends for Matisha Patirana. Got the wicket off Surya Kumar Yadav. The slow balls into the pitch just seems to be working late in the innings. The ball softer.
Yeah, he's been an exponent of this, Matisha Patirana. His unpredictability. Look at that low bounce with that slingy action way into that shot, Hardik Pandya. And that's the surprise. The next ball could be a fast Yorker or a bouncer.
Yorker it is. Strong bottom hand. And he's got that over mid-off for 4.
And there's some shot from Hardik Pandya. He stands back, uses the depth of the crease, and then he goes bang, straight. Past the mid-off fielder, on top of the mid-off fielder, and goes for a boundary. This is such an interesting phase for Hardik Pandya. It will test his character, not only as a batter but also as a player in the side, with the bat and as well as with the ball. Vice captain the World Cup side, comes back here, has been replaced by Surya Kumar Yadav. India needs him.
Yeah, he adds great balance to the team. Useful with the ball as well. Long off now in place, third man's in the circle. Ball. He gets it right this time, Pathirana.
And the crowd are up and about. They were here for this, the Pathirana special. The exponent of the in-swinging Yorker. A bit of tail back for Pathirana. Expecting that Hardik, but had absolutely no room. Ricochets off his back pad and gets the stumps.
151 the speed of that delivery. Hardik Pandya's gone for 9, 176 for 4. Rian Parag is the new player. Gets off the mark straight away.
Rian Parag, trying to make his name at this international level, has been backed highly by the selectors very early in his international career, but has shown a lot of mettle in the IPL and also before that in the domestic season. And that's why you see him here. Still India trying to retain that left-right combination. They use this kind of a ploy in the World Cup with great success, and they're pursuing with it here also.
You can clearly tell the new coach and captain have different ideas from the ones gone by. Rohit Sharma and Rahul Dravid. Rinku Singh, the designated finisher, having a chat with the assistant coach Abhishek Nair. They worked together at Kolkata Knight Riders. But you would think it's Rinku Singh time. Rian Parag usually comes in the top order for his franchise.
Number 4, isn't it? His preferred spot. Fine legs in the circle. There's a deep mid-wicket. Not sure if he wants a long on. There's a third man, a deep point, a long off, and now he decides that he's got to get back to long on. So no one behind square on the leg side. Here's Pathirana. No feet movement. Just short of Pathum Nissanka. It's still 4.
A double-edged sword trying to attempt the catch or save the boundary. Was unsure for a second, Pathum Nissanka. But you'd expect that from Rishabh Pant. No feet, just hands, power involved. It gets the result he desires.
Well, he's a special talent. There is always a brevity in his movement. There is hardly any exaggerated feet movement. It's just the swing of the bat, such strong hands and fast hands on top of it. A good effort in the end, but still manages to get a boundary here, Rishabh.
3 overs remaining. And India have already reached their highest score in Sri Lanka. 176 against Bangladesh was their previous highest. Got to bowl outside off stump to this field. Slower delivery. Oh, if that had connected, it was going to the moon. 181 for 4.
Clear standouts, Pathirana and Hasaranga in this bowling lineup. 2 for 29 for Pathirana. Has still got an over left. Hasaranga is done. At these 3 overs, Asalanka will be looking to minimize the damage as much as possible.
So what are the options here for Asalanka? Thikshana left with 1 over. Pathirana 3 is already bowled his 3 overs, so 1 over from him. And then the option is with Thikshana, and we see Thikshana here. He will complete his quota of 4 overs. It's been expensive, especially in the power play. And that's been the big issue for Asalanka-led Sri Lankan side in the power play. They gave away far too many runs.
Yeah, Asita Fernando, Dilshan Madhushankar, very expensive in that phase. Full toss. He's played it nicely. That's the confidence these Indian batters have. Just the second delivery he faced, Parag.
They placed the shot well. Theekshana looking for that Yorker again on the stumps. Was too full on that occasion. Picks it on the full, not easy when you're switching. Plays it well in the end.
Eyes on the ball. Again, Pathum Nissanka. This time he gets hold of it. The ball's just been following Nissanka and Asita Fernando. He caught one, put two down, Fernando, but had no right to catch that one he caught anyway. Just was looking elsewhere and chucked his hand out. But this is the wicket for Pathirana. You expect that. Doesn't disappoint. He finds ways to deliver.
He was kind of ready to play a shot like that, but the ball tailed in so late and lost his balance by then. That's Pathirana for you.
It's hit that hard. Dasun Shanaka has no chance. It skids off the outfield.
And that's power from you for Rishabh Pant. He gets into strong position, picks the length very early, and then he smashes this one. He really wanted to hit in that area, and then it does it so well and so easily in the end. Brutal.
Didn't have far to go, Shanaka, but the moment it hit the ground, it gathered pace. Now Theekshana bowling it very quickly indeed. All the deliveries around 103, 104.
Yeah, I was just about to say that with Akshar and Ravi Bishnoi, the two spinners, both of them are quick as well. Akshar can slow it down, but not Bishnoi. Hasaranga's success has been the slower deliveries on this surface. Theekshana struggled. His prolific Indian batting order has made most use of it.
A rare dot, cheered by the crowd too.
The wicket showed some visible signs of cracks here, but it does not seem to have any grip whatsoever for the spinners. And that is why they need to be extremely subtle.
Eleven off that last over from Theekshana. He's bowled out 192 for 4. Two more overs remaining. At this rate, it's 213. Expect the power of India, power of these batters to get you a few more than that. All tall buildings, rarely any quiet overs. Pathirana's going to bowl the 19th. Hasaranga 4 overs 1 for 28. Now Pathirana 2 for 29 in history. Indian batters enjoying themselves, but the crowd enjoying the cricket. Oh, they shout again. Loud one. Vimalasiri says that's out. One review remaining for India. Parag looks at Rishabh Pant. Does not look like he's getting much support. Is it tailing towards the leg side, he asks. He pleads. On your way. Chalo, says Rishabh Pant. Again, Pathirana gets a perfect Yorker in.
Speed gun says 135. It looked a lot quicker than that. And looked plumb. That's why he's one of the best in the business. It's only been a couple of years of international cricket, but Matisha Pathirana has fared around the world. Riyan Parag goes for 7. India lose their 5th at 192.
Rinku Singh gets an opportunity with 11 balls remaining in the innings. Pathirana, here he is. Squeezes that through. Just a single.
That's Rinku Singh. 16th inning for him. Brilliant strike rate, 176. And has become a death over specialist. Comes in and is capable of playing the big shots here. This is Riyan Parag trying to play the helicopter shot. Misses the line. Again tailing in very late.
No one there. That's safe. What a shot. He gets the length he was looking for.
Yeah, a bit surprised with this field, just 3 fielders on the leg side. And if you miss your length, Rishabh Pant loves that shot. Standing on off stump. Slower ball attempt on that occasion. Just had to scoop it past the short fine fielder.
45 of 31 to Rishabh Pant. Now the last 8 balls he scored 25. He started off slow, but that's how dangerous he can be, because he can catch up and get ahead as well. Back to mid-wicket, ball to fine leg. The 200's on the board for India.
This has happened so many times before also for Rishabh Pant. Whenever it tries to go big, it tries to play such unusual shots, the bat comes off the hand. But it still manages to get a boundary. These are special powers of Rishabh Pant. It's such an unusual position for us, but so calm and so balanced when he plays this. But this time around, loses control of the bat.
I swear I was the cameraman on that occasion. I was looking at the bat. I wasn't looking at the ball.
And so was the fielder. And guess who? Asita Fernando. I feel for him on that occasion because he would have been distracted. Ball! That's another wicket. This time the slower one. 52 wickets in death overs for Matisha Pathirana. That's most by any bowler in that phase since 2023. What a performer. 4 for him here today.
Extremely penetrative here, especially in the death overs. Pathirana sticks to his strength. That is trying to bowl the Yorker, nails it once again. Rishabh Pant loses control while trying to execute their shot. Goes back after a well-compiled 49 from 33. It's 201 for 6.
And this is why we're going on about how Matisha Pathirana should have been introduced earlier. I understand it was a defensive move, but the best form of defense is to sometime pick up wickets. Those wickets have slowed down this run rate massively.
Akshar Patel, a procession of left-handers. Now Pathirana, here his last ball of the spell. 4 for 38 to him. He's been absolutely brilliant. Can he get another? I thought I heard a noise. Well, he'll have another delivery because he's got to re-bowl that.
After a sensational World Cup, Akshar Patel back again for the Sri Lanka tour. 143 strike rate for him, best of 65. And he's here because Pathirana has been absolutely on the ball. He's changed this game around in terms of the scoring rate at least.
Will he get a fifer? No, he doesn't. What a wonderful spell. He's been hard to get away. 4 for 40, 203 for 6. Brought into the bowling lineup late. Captains like to use him in the end passage. Matisha Pathirana. Outstanding effort. Bowling full, bowling straight, getting a little bit of tail. His second best bowling performance. Well, not a lot of things have gone right for Sri Lanka today. The fielding's been clumsy. The bowlers carted to all parts. And now what Ruchirapalli Guruge is saying is that they've been penalised. So they're going to have 5 fielders in the circle. Only 4 allowed outside. The reason for that? Slow over rate. They should have started the 19th over at 8:40 p.m. They're 4 minutes over. So the 4 fielders in the deep are a long on, a wide-ish deep third man, a cover on the boundary and long off. Starts off with a slow one. He seems to love that delivery. That's Asita Fernando.
We're looking at the captain Charit Asalanka, Russell. As welcome to the Colosseum. That's the pressure of captaincy. Very deceptive here, Asita Fernando. Time for him to come back well in the death overs. Gave a lot of runs with the new ball. And then even in the previous over he bowled.
Let's try and keep an eye out whether he changes his grip and when. Nicely bowled, nicely bowled. He's had a tough evening. Not Matisha Pathirana though.
Yeah, the last couple of overs, I could almost sense this coming. The couple of deliveries have been knuckleballs and yorkers, but Pathirana has been exceptional. He's introduced late today. Got rid of the skipper Surya Kumar Yadav first. Most of his wickets have been the ones that have been tailing back. The yorker, dry surfaces here in Kandy. Accurate, hitting the stumps or the pads, Pathirana.
That's in the air. Dasun Shanaka charges in. Oh, he cannot get there. Couple more runs. In fact, 3 of them to Aksar.
2 left-handers here, Aksar and Akshar and Rinku Singh. High in the air. Shanaka ran in from sweeper cover. He could at least stop some runs here. Went for the catch, but didn't have any backup plan. Gave away 2 extra runs here.
Yeah, I think he's going to go for the knuckleball again, Asita Fernando. You could almost sense that after a faster delivery, he goes there.
Got him. A bit of luck for Asita Fernando. Rinku Singh drags that on. Most importantly, it's a dot ball for Sri Lanka.
A wild hoik from Rinku Singh. The crowd's happy and about again.
Yeah, it's delayed because the lights don't flash. Again, the slow one. The bails are off. No one knows it other than Rinku Singh. The crowd realizes late and hence the smiles and the joy. Not for Rinku Singh today. He's gone for 1, 206 for 7. Sri Lanka, for their part, in the last 20 balls, they could be happy somewhat. 4 wickets for 30 runs. 194 has been Sri Lanka's highest successful chase. That was against Bangladesh in 2018. Arshdeep's off the mark, leaving Aksar the last ball to face. It's been a good over, very good over from Fernando.
The deception working very well for Fernando here. going for the big heave here. Rinku Singh, the inside edge onto the stumps. So last 2-3 overs have been quite good for Sri Lanka. They've been able to restrict India. At one stage, it looked like India can get to a score of about 220, 225.
Massive delivery. The last one. Here's Fernando. Akshar gets it. He gets all of it. So ends with a 6. A slower ball. And it's a 6. 213 for 7 India. Akshar's on 10. It's been a wonderful knock by all the Indian batters. In the slot, slightly wide, he hits through the line. They've all contributed, the top order. This is a massive score to chase down, especially in Sri Lankan conditions where Sri Lanka's highest chase has been 194. All the bowlers taking up battering. Hasaranga 1 for 28. Matisha Patirana 4 for 40. They were good, but a lot of pain though. A lot of pain for Sri Lanka in the field after winning the toss and putting India to bat. A dominant performance indeed.
After being put into bat, Jaiswal and Gill were off to a flyer. 40 of 21 for Jaiswal. 34 of 16 for the vice-captain Shubman Gill, and then it was the Surya Kumar Yadav show. 58 for him, 49 for Pant, 213 for 7 is where India end up.
The Sri Lankan bowlers, they gave away far too many runs in the power play, especially Madhushanka and Asitha. Thikshana also went for runs today. Hasaranga was quite economical. Patirana, star performer for me and for Sri Lanka. 4 wickets in a spell of 4 overs, gave away only 40. 213 for 7 after 20.
It'll be a record chase if Sri Lanka get there. 214 is what's required. 10.7 the run rate. Well, let's hope we are in for a good chase and an exciting evening.
Thumbs up for all of India. He is a superstar in the making, he really is.
So welcome back to Cracks Biggie's Extra Innings.
It's a new era for the Indian T20 team, and if this is the shape of things to come, we could be in for a lot of runs. They've amassed 213 for 7 here in Pallekele. The new opening pair, Jaiswal and Gill, set the tone. 74 off the power play from those two. And then Surya Kumar Yadav, the new captain, showed that the captaincy not affecting his batting at the moment with his 20th 50 in this format. Matisha Patirana not on till the 12th over. Should he have come on earlier? 4 wickets for him. The rest were very expensive, barring Hasaranga, who was his usual economical self. 4 overs, 1 for 28 for the leg spinner. So Sri Lanka need 214. It is without doubt a big score that India have on the board. We'll get the thoughts of Robbie Uthappa after the break. India put into bat by Sri Lanka, and they have responded by smashing 213 for 7. Suryakumar Yadav's first game as the U20 international captain. It started pretty well. Robbie Uthappa is alongside me. That was exciting right from ball 1, which went for 4.
Yeah, it was. I thought India batted well. I thought India put the pressure on Sri Lanka from the word go. And towards the back end, thanks to Pathirana and Hasaranga's bowling, they were able to pull them back. I thought they should have gotten anywhere between 230 to 240 perhaps, given the way Surya was batting, given the way the openers batted. However, they've gotten to 230, still good.
A lot more from Robbie in the post-show. 214 the target.
Sky blue 100 for India.
For Gautam Gambhir, the new coach of the Indian side, who'll be pleased with what his top order was able to achieve. Not long now to the run chase. 213 India has on the board. A brilliant batting performance. It looked like at one stage they were going to get a hell of a lot more, but as it stands, Sri Lanka will have to play well. The good news for them, they've got batsmen in form coming off the LPL season where their top order all were in the runs. They know these conditions well, but they'll have to get off to a good start. They'll have to match what India were able to do with an opening run stand of 74 in the power play, just to take some pressure off the back end. Pitch appeared to get a little slower as we went through. They'll have to find those strategies and tactics. Hafiz Maharouf, Robbie Uthappa alongside me. Gentlemen, 213, a good score, but still with this quick outfield, an opportunity for Sri Lanka.
Absolutely. I think it's a very good score. However, I think this wicket's also not that bad. It depends on the start that the Sri Lankans get. Sri Lankans can get off to a flyer. They certainly will be in the chase. And who better than Kusal Mendis and Patan Nissanka, who have been in some really good form. Kusal Mendis in the back end of the LPL, I beg your pardon. And Nissanka started off well, but tapered off in the back end of the LPL. So, interesting matchup this is going to be against the formidable Arshdeep Singh.
You're right, Arshdeep will have the new ball. That's what they're playing for. A lot of slow balls too, wasn't there, in that first innings? You expect the same from India?
Swing. Ravindra Vimal is not interested. encouraging for Arshdeep Singh. Have some movement in the air as well as off the seam. I reckon with the new ball, both these bowlers Siraj and Arshdeep will try to swing it. As soon as the ball loses the hardness and the shine, that's where the fast bowlers will go to those slow deliveries. I thought Asita Fernando was too early for the slow deliveries. Nice seam position, encouragingly for left armour. Some swing and seam. Just to finish off on Kusal Mendis, Pathum Nissanka, if Sri Lanka to get closer or win this game, these two have had a good start in the power play.
The underlights too, the ball just skid on a little. Just finds the field. The pitch got a little slower. The ball, when the spinners were slow, it did actually turn. It gripped and turned a little. So will India make that adjustment? I thought Sri Lanka perhaps a little quick through the air with their spinners, although Wanindu Hasaranga was brilliant. Did a great job in trying to pull that run rate back.
I reckon you'll certainly see Akshar Patel bowl slower through the air, give the ball a little more revs so that he can get a little bit of spin. However, Bishnoi, not so much.
Gets the half volley through the offside, the opening boundary.
Thank you very much, says Pathum Nissanka. That was right in his arc. Man in form, racing through that boundary through extra cover and mid-off. Perfect start for young Pathum.
Yeah, Arshdeep Singh trying to swing the ball back into the right-hander, trying to bowl full, as do many fast bowlers do with the new ball. But Pathum Nissanka up to the task. It was pitched right in the arc for him, driven beautifully through extra covers for 4.
It's brought about a change in the field. Fine leg comes up. Deep backward point is in place. Deep square as well. So both sides of the boundary square are protected. This has gone fine. Work to be done. And Rinku cannot get there. So back-to-back boundaries.
And not a bad delivery at all by the Arshdeep Singh. It was right in the good areas, good back of the length, but a good shot. This is the risk you take when you have third man in the circle with the new ball. The ball is going to fly through.
Incredible shot this. Just the way he used deft touch and great effort there from Rinku Singh. Covered a lot of ground, close to 40-45 meters to get to that ball. Pathum Nissanka, great skills this. Good start. Sri Lanka are off here.
Nissanka's had some struggles too in the power play in his international T20 career. Strike rate just 109. Needs to be almost double that, you feel, for Sri Lanka to get close or win this match.
Just quietly after the last ball, which went for a boundary, Suryakumar Yadav got the fine leg into third man. There was too short third man fielder. Suggests to me that early on in the first over, he understands the ball is not swinging back and is going with the angle, and just the 3 fielders in the leg side. So, as a team, you need to adapt. If the situation is not there, you need to adapt as quickly as possible, and good to see the fast bowler and the captain adapting.
But just quickly then, last ball of the over. Does that mean you've got to bowl wider? You can't bowl straight as a bowler?
100%. No fine leg. Fine leg is a deep square leg. Cannot be any straight at all. And Pathum Nissanka and Kusal Mendis do love the width. Exactly what the field at the moment. 6 fielders in the offside, 2 at short third, and you have a sweeper cover, an extra cover, short extra cover, and a mid-off.
Yeah, you're right. So 6-3 field. It's highly unusual. Someone like Suryakumar Yadav would step across, but
Dilshan would have loved this.
It's a good leg to finish. Good start for Sri Lanka in the chase. 9 without loss.
Perfect length by Arshdeep going across Kusal Mendis. Nice length. Beaten all ends up. Good start for India. Just need to try and restrict in the power play as much as possible. Best time to bat is with the new ball.
India showed us in the first innings they like left-hand, right-hand combinations with the bat. Well, they've got the left arm, right arm in operation as well. Mohammad Siraj. Not a bad record. Surprises me how few games he has played at this level. Does a great job in the IPL. economy rate is very good for this level. This time it's more of a test match field. Slip, gully.
Yeah, he's really good with the new ball. He gets the ball to talk quite a bit. In the air, off the wicket. Gets the ball to seam as well. He gets the ball to shape away. And then sometimes, whilst doing that, ball hits the seam and cuts back in. That's what makes him a really dangerous customer with the new ball. But once that new ball's gone through, is where they've struggled to kind of fit him in the back end.
It's a good line and length though to start. I think that's all you can do as a bowler, isn't it, as well? Put the ball in good areas and ask batsmen to take risks, particularly earlier in their innings. And perhaps that's the one area Sri Lanka weren't quite at their best in the first innings. A few too many boundary deliveries to get Yashasvi Jaiswal to get Shubman Gill into their innings.
Yeah, setting the tone is very important as a bowling unit, especially when you win the toss and bowl. And when you gift away 3 boundaries in the first over itself, straight away as a captain, Charita Sri Lanka is looking at the negative options.
Got width, but can't find the placement again.
Nicely fielded that short extra cover. So in India's case, perfect start. Good lengths, good lines. The 3 deliveries, Siraj's ball is right in the money, just outside the off stump, hitting the right length and having the right field as well.
He smashed this one. The Nissanka was in the zone. Great stop by the skipper there. Just fell slightly short of him. He was diving through towards the ball. Good intent here from both teams. It's been 3 dot balls. Something's going to give now.
Oh, it's going to be close. It's all about the height. Umpire says not out. Siraj will have a quick chat to Rishabh Pant and then maybe turn around to his captain.
It's not the tallest guy, Nissanka. And could be clipping. I don't know, but they don't go for it though.
I'll be honest, I thought it was very, very close. Rishabh Pant for me was the one told Surya Kumar not to go upstairs. Siraj was very, very keen about it.
Bowlers are always keen about it. Yeah, he was off the ground as well, slightly high, strapped him on the top of his pads.
It's nicely timed, but will just be a single. They'll come back for the overthrow.
That's unlucky. Ricocheting the stumps and wrong footing Rishabh Pant for another single. But impressive so far, Siraj. Good lengths, good pace. Some deliveries which went away. The last one was jacked back enough. And testing times for Pathum Nissanka. LPL is different story. This is top level cricket.
Yeah, Nissanka's played quite a few shots so far, hasn't he? But he's 11 off 10, and I think that's indicative of where his career's at. Strike rate in his career of 109 in the power play. A lot of shots not really getting full reward. Another short delivery, should be 2 more. In fact, they'll jog through for the second. So they'll pick up 4 runs from the over. Very good from Siraj. 13 without loss.
Impressive start by Mohammad Siraj. Good pace, good lines. And Pathum Nissanka, some nice strokes but couldn't find the gap. Just the one delivery so far faced by Kusal Mendis. He's man in form. Fresh from that 100, the 70 in the qualifier 2 and the finals of the LPL. He must be looking forward to get some strike and some enjoy time in the power play.
Surya Kumar Yadav turns to spin straight away. Just the over for Arshdeep. Now it's Akshar Patel. Often the go-to man when India just needs to clamp things down. Will he bowl slowly? Hardik can't get there. Work at deep mid wicket. Unfortunately, Who's it? Rinku or Rian Parag can't quite make it.
Great effort that. I think that was Rian Parag at deep mid-wicket. Kusal Mendes rocking back and hitting it past mid-on. Hardik Pandya tried to get to it but was well away from it. But Rian Parag covering a lot of ground again.
Bowling slow is very important with this kind of a surface, Scotty. I thought that's where Sri Lanka, apart from Vanindu Hasaranga, my station couldn't do. But with Akshar Patel, if you're bowling it slow, got to be much more fuller. And if he gets the right length with his side, if he gets some bounce, that's exactly as a batter what you don't want to see with the new ball.
In the gap. That will run away for 4 as well.
Yeah, Patham Nissanka will want to play like this if he's going to change that strike rate in the power play. He has to be innovative, he has to take chances, he has to play unorthodox shots. The right intent this from Patham Nissanka. Second boundary in the over.
Just wondered too with Akshar Patel bowling in the power play versus out of the power play. After the 6-over mark, he will slow it up when he's got more protection on the boundary. We know naturally the quicker pace is what he likes. Look at him, is he? That'll be a wide. Gee, I thought that clipped the leg stump.
Also, I felt Akshar Patel was very unlucky that's been called a wide. Simply because Kusal Mendes moved to the offside and it's almost kissed the leg stump. Oh, nicely taken by Rishabh Pant.
Yeah. Did it hit him? Looks like it hit his thigh pad. Oh, sent back. Sent back. Just gets back in time. A little bit of confusion there between the batters. That wide certainly looked like it hit Mendes on his thigh pad. Akshar practically pushing Nissanka back into his crease on that occasion.
Take a single off the final ball off the over. 12 runs from it, 25 without loss.
Impressive start by India, trying to defend 214 runs. Perfect start, exactly what they wanted. And minimize the scoring in the first 6 overs and create the pressure once the ball loses the hardness. Fourth delivery, we all thought there was a deflection. No. Still, I felt the bowler was very unlucky that to be called a wide.
Three overs into the run chase. India going wicketless so far. Steady start for Sri Lanka. They haven't broken the back of the run rate that they need to get up to this 214. Will be Mohammad Siraj.
Looking like how Kusal Mendes is lining up in the stance, I feel he's itching for a big shot. And anything full, anything short, he's going to lose the long lever.
Does like to get a move on, does Kusal Mendes. Plays positively, his intent is good. Looks to score runs at all times and is aggressive in nature as well.
But they need to find boundaries, that's the key for Sri Lanka. Just 4 boundaries in the 3.1 overs. And when you compare that to India, they had 14 boundaries in the power play alone.
Yeah, that's quite surprising when you call it like that, Scotty. Because they were actually practically getting a few boundaries every over. That is phenomenal. Good bowling this from Siraj. He's keeping it within the line of the stumps with that mentality that goes, if you miss, I hit.
Would you taking a risk here, Robbie, with the getting down and lapping to try and change this field?
100%. Looks like he is going to look to bowl into the body a little bit.
It has to be the body, especially with all the fielders in the offside are in the circle. The two fielders in the deep are at deep fine leg and square leg. So this is where Pathum Nissanka generally does not give himself room to go through the offside. Likes to stay at the crease, close the off stump and possibly pick up. If he can open up the offside, that will add so much pressure on the bowler.
Still feel there's a place for, as a batsman, to try and force the opposition captain to put the fieldsmen where you want them, not where he wants them. Up and over the offside, brilliant shot. Using the pace and flies all the way for 6.
That is it, showing intent. Pathum Nissanka stepping out, forcing Siraj to hit the ball into the deck and utilising that, backing away while he stepped out, and great presence of mind to just kind of uppercut it over shot third man for a good 6 this.
Opening up the offside, that's very important. Siraj will be very comfortable bowling midland leg stump and having the two fielders in the deep in the leg side. So good batting by Pathum Nissanka.
Well, he got away with that. And that's what you're talking about, with all the field up on the offside, any sort of width.
It was going to go that way, Scotty, because when you step out and get the ball like that over shot third man, he is going to try and stay ahead of you, try and be a little bit more responsive. If I were in Pathum Nissanka's place, I'd try to get inside the line of the ball, force him to bowl more towards my body.
History repeating last time. Siraj having a word with the batsman. That's been seen in the Asia Cup final and in the World Cup as well.
Short ball, smashed all the way for 6. And Siraj doesn't bother saying a word after that. Big over 13 from it, 38 without loss.
Well, Sri Lanka has something to cheer about. They're up against a fairly daunting ask. 213 for 7 is what India got. And now they got to 38 in 4 overs. Pathum Nissanka has raced along to 30 of 16. Kusal Mendis comparatively quiet, 7 of 8. Good to see Bishnoi coming on. Ravi Bishnoi, good economy, best of 4 for 13. Good evening, Sabah. What do you think?
Good evening, Roshan. This is the bold response from Sri Lanka. When you're up against a target of 214, you need to show this kind of response. Both these right-hand batters have done quite well so far.
That's good bowling. That was rushed through. He bowls quick leg breaks. Abhinav also with us. Sorry I couldn't greet you.
I think the Sri Lankan batters have come out with a plan to greet the Indian bowlers with a taste of their own medicine.
Short and wide, that's 4. You need to utilize the power plays. You need that kind of start. You need to make a statement. The tone has to be set by the openers.
And that's what both these batters are trying to do. Way too short. It gives ample time for the right-hand batter to play this shot. Almost back cuts it, plays it late. Finds the gap, excellent placement.
Should be 2 here. Should be 2. They're coming. Turning out to be a productive over. Still a lot to be done though.
Yeah, a lot of talk in Sri Lanka about the LPL, and both Pathum Nissanka and Kusal Mendis playing for the same team, opening the batting. It does help. They got a great understanding together, and the form they've carried on from there.
That's a wide and it's runs. 4 as well. He's struggling. He's wilting a little bit under pressure at the moment. Bishnoi.
Well, the umpire calls it 4, which means it came off the bat. Well, it looked as if it went down the leg side. Should have gone for buys or wide 4 runs, but as the umpire says, this came off the willow. No wonder both Ravi and Rishabh Pant, they are surprised.
That time, bowled slower. That's the difference. Previously was pushing it through. This time a little bit slower. Looped a bit as well.
It may not be so easy for Ravi Bishnoi because both Ravi and Akshar Patel, both of them quicker in there. And generally Ravi Bishnoi brings the ball in. More of googlies we see in his bowling.
Yeah, Kusal Mendes played a lot of spin during the LPL, but this is something different. He bowls a lot of googlies, and that's why it's prompted the change in field. Long on has gone back, mid-off comes in. 2 fielders in the deep, both on the leg side. So you can almost anticipate the googly, but Kusal Mendes will continue sweeping.
Yeah, it is another wrong one, but this time they'll find some space and find the fielder. 11 runs off it, 49 without loss.
Five gone is 49 without loss, Sri Lanka. And the crowd, spectator, they're enjoying it. They've turned out in large numbers, and that's what the Sri Lankan cricket team requires at this stage.
This is fantastic, really fantastic to have such crowds turning up, considering that Sri Lanka didn't have a great World Cup. But the LPL was superb. There was lots of runs, lots of good scores, batters enjoying themselves. So there's always hope when it comes to the spectators and fans. Yes, they know they're playing India, the top team in the world, but still each one of them will be hoping that Sri Lanka beats them today, which is natural.
And they're all here to support the dawn of a new era for Sri Lankans as well.
We'll get a single and the 50 partnership. This is the 5th 50 opening partnership for Sri Lanka in T20Is versus India. And it's come in good time in the 6th over.
This is also, Roshan, to a large extent, the transition phase for Sri Lankan cricket. New captain here. Right now, Sana Jayasuriya as an interim coach. A lot of these youngsters who have done well in LPL. We see a number of comebacks. Dinesh Chandimal as part of the squad.
He'll consider himself unlucky. He missed out short. Pathum Nissanka would have wanted to capitalize on that.
He doesn't give too much room, Akshar Patel, on that occasion. Very close to that off stump. But getting that bounce as well. Giving the ball a bit of rip.
Short and wide. Can't pierce that field. Now he needs to do that. There isn't anybody behind that ring of fielders on the offside. So his eyes lit up. Needed those to go through. That's sliding down the leg side. He's got a fielder.
Yeah, with India losing their first wicket, the last over of the power play, I reckon Sri Lanka have just played themselves into a bit of a hole here against Akshar Patel. Fear Kusal Mendes will try something different, sensing a wicket for India here.
Again a dot. This is a very good over.
He's an intelligent bowler, Akshar Patel. He cramps the right-handers, very deceptive, gets the ball to come in very sharply at times, and the slower delivery is the one that holds up.
Just over square leg. looks, I think it will run away. It does. So that's an important boundary for Sri Lanka as the 6th over and the power play ends 55 without loss.
Just the start that Sri Lanka would have hoped for. Kusal Mendis and Pathum Nissanka bringing up 55 in the power play. No wickets yet for India. A chase of 214. That's the platform they would have required.
Two very similar bowlers, of course. You could see Akshar Patel far more craftier the way he bowls. He changes up. Bishnoi looks a little bit predictable with the way he bowls. Wrong uns, tends to fire the ball in. But yes, you're right, 55 in 6 overs is a solid foundation as far as Sri Lanka is concerned. It's about how they build on this. Straight over the bowler's head, he splits the gap. It's a good start to the over.
This is refreshing from Sri Lanka. They're trying to get out of the spinners, which is such a wonderful idea. This time around against Ravi Bishnoi, the first delivery in this over, he smashes it. He hits it straight over the bowler's head, straight into the side screen there. At times I feel, Roshana and Abhinav, when you're up against such a big score, big target, you tend to discover yourself as a batter, as a batting unit.
See, that's more the lengthy balls. The previous one was bowled slower and tossed up. Bishnoi generally pushes the ball through quickly. But just on the Sri Lankan batting, they've come up with a different plan here. Just 6 specialist batters and an all-rounder. Generally, they would go with the extra batter. So it's important that at least 3 of the batters batting deep and the others batting around them. And more runs, more runs. That's the problem with Bishnoi. He gives so much of pace on the ball.
Generally the easiest over to bowl, the 7th over, and Bishnoi is leaking runs. First one was a good shot, this one down the leg side. Given runs again. But India looking a bit desperate here, in search of a wicket.
Yeah, they need a wicket here. They definitely do. Sri Lanka, on the other hand. Oh, that time the wrong hand that's given. That's the one they were after. He's referred it though. So let's see.
TV umpire director, we have a player review for LBW. The on-field decision is out. I've checked the feed. It's a fair delivery. Please start with front on spin vision.
And roll black.
Front on spin vision coming up. Appears to pass close to the bat. Give me Ultrage, please, to confirm whether there is any bet involved.
Building.
Ultrage is building up. Ravi, stand by.
Okay, stand by, hop 2, roll hop 2.
Ultrage coming up. Roll it. Roll it. Roll it back, please. Just roll it back a little more.
Now, okay, to the naked eye,
clear spike in the ball
there was an
next
inside
to the
edge.
bat. Give me the on-field umpire, please. Ravi, I recommend that you change your decision from not out to out to not out.
Now, to the naked eye, I didn't think there was an inside edge, but that was a big nick. Excellent review by Kusal Mendis. He's playing him like an off spinner. He's just looking to sweep him.
And that's the right way to do it also. Normally Ravi Bishnoi brings the ball in. If you look to play him like an off spinner, you're much better off. And the only giveaway is when he bowls it slow in the air. That's the one that holds and goes straight.
dot to end the over. 65 without loss, 7 overs done. And by the way, this is the highest opening partnership for Sri Lanka this year in T20Is.
Very close to the India worm, the Sri Lankan worm, right behind. 65 without loss at this stage. India look like they need to bring in their 5th or 6th bowlers at this point. They've got a few options. Hardik, Riyan Parag can roll the arm over. We saw Jaiswal bowling a bit of leg breaks. And in comes Hardik Pandya.
Goes over cover, in fact over backward point. Feeds him with a short and wide delivery. And Kusal Mendis enjoyed it.
It's all about space in the end. There's far too much given to the right-hand batter here by Hardik Pandya. First up delivery from him. No fielder. And behind that inner circle, an easy shot for Kusal Mendis.
Yeah, he has this uncanny ability of picking up wickets. Hardik Pandya can rush the batter as well. Big side boundaries here in Pallekele. You expect a short ball or two from Hardik Pandya.
That followed him. They're running hard. They've run 1. They'll come for 2. Brilliant running. Brilliant cricket.
Very calculative, both these openers here for Sri Lanka this time around. Plays this softly and gets a double. Hardik Pandya had a fabulous World Cup campaign. Has played a big role in India's victorious campaign in the World Cup. As a batter, as a bowler.
Pace off that time. See, one thing that we've seen with the Indian seamers and the Sri Lankan seamers at the top has been the lines they bowled. There was so much of width when the Sri Lankan bowlers bowled, but the Indian seamers were very, very strong and tight. But Hardik started off with the delivery that was short and wide. It's about width, where the batters have just started to enjoy.
Yeah, and we've found the going tough as the ball gets older as well. Maybe that's a ploy. Bang it into the pitch hard. The throws from the deep are coming in. 1 bounce, 2 bounce.
Again, another single. So Sri Lanka innings have started off a little bit slowly. The 2 openers, they have some really good seam bowling, and then they gradually started to expand their stroke play. Looking to be aggressive, pouncing on loose deliveries, short deliveries, and using the power play, using the field restrictions, using the width as well.
Just with the World Cup ending a couple of months ago, this is about the time as an Indian fan you'd be thinking, where is Bumrah? Because every single time India need a wicket, he was called upon.
Possibly can't have him all the time. Abhinav, isn't it? What a role he played for India in the World Cup. Jasprit Bumrah. Rohit Sharma's go-to bowler all the time. Be it with the new ball in the middle over, in the death overs. There is only Bumrah and no one else. And it delivered all the time.
You can never have another Bumrah, but I think India has enough depth. There's no doubt, and that's what they're very rich in terms of the depth they carry, whether they're batting or bowling. Oh, beautifully played, beautifully executed. 12 runs in that over. Sri Lanka, 77 without loss, 8 done.
This has been a great start from Sri Lanka, 77 without loss. The Hardik over resulting in 12 similar shots coming off Pathum Nissanka and Kusal Mendis' bat. short. And that's exactly what Kusal Mendes does really well. Had to jump to get to that ball, but gliding it beautifully, understanding the field. And this has been a quality chase from Sri Lanka. The end of the first innings, if you thought that India would be firm favourites, Sri Lanka have come in. They've shown why a new captain, a tournament full of T20 stars, and these two were in the top 5, 4 and 5 in the list in the LPL. Opening batters, played together for the last 3 weeks. They're showing their understanding. Arshdeep Singh's back. And so is Russell Arnold and Robin Uthappa.
What a start indeed this is for Sri Lanka. Patham Nissanka riding on his initial form in the LPL, and Kusal Mendes in his latter form of the LPL. Beautiful start, just what the doctor ordered for Sri Lanka. Great intent and great match awareness. Russ?
98 for 2 India were at this stage. Towards the last few overs, Pathirana, because of the wickets that he did take, pulled India back. But if you're looking for a start, if you're looking for some belief, this is the type of start you want.
Arshdeep Singh being brought back. Try and pick up a wicket. Surya Kumar Yadav having his challenges once again in terms of rotation of bowlers.
With the required rate already close to 12, it's not exactly the wicket. If he can get a good tight over in, the pressure will build. His economy pretty good, but most wickets since 2022, Hasaranga and Rashid Khan ahead. But it's been a great find for India.
Oh, shot and smashed. Kusal Mendes making the most of the pace on that occasion. Oh, Robin Uthappa, we're all as excited as you.
Oh, that was a fantastic shot. When you see a very good cricketing shot, it just makes everything right, doesn't it? Watched the ball so well onto the bat, picked it up, helped it on its way. Thank you very much, I'll take 6 more, says Kusal Mendes. Brilliant batting this.
It's a shot that he works, plays really well. Gets down on the back knee, and the bat from down to up is favoured shot. And the moment he starts playing that, and also the slog sweep against the spinners, you reckon Mendes is in a good zone, a zone you'd like him to be.
In the air, is that an opportunity? Yes, it is. Yashasvi Jaiswal makes no mistake. The move to bring back Arshdeep works like a dream for India, and Sri Lanka lose their first.
Great response this from Arshdeep Singh. Continue to hit the deck, but this time more towards the off stump. And Kusal Mendes still trying to pick the ball up, going from down to up. It was a knuckle ball into the wicket. And this time here in front of the wicket because he couldn't use the pace. And nicely cleaned up there at deep mid wicket. I think it was Yashasvi Jaiswal.
The variations, the change of pace does for Mendes, who was looking so good. He goes for 45, 84 for 1.
New batter Kusal Pereira comes into the middle. We've seen him a lot opening the batting. A new role in this T20 I-side. Comes in at number 3 in the 9th over.
Was in good form in the LPL, and that's why he's here. Missed out on selection in the T20 World Cup.
Oh, that looks a bit high, but the square leg umpire signals it's below the waist. So just a single off the mark.
I reckon that's the hardest ball in T20 cricket at the moment. Because we're so set up to smash every ball. When that full toss comes, we try extra hard as batters. Kusal Pereira, 66 innings, 1,678 runs, a healthy average, 13 50s as well.
From over 7 to 15 in the LPL, he had a strike rate of 199. Fine in the middle of the bat, very often indeed.
That's smashed from Patum Nissanka. Ends the over with a bang. 14 coming off it. 91 for 1 Sri Lanka.
Talk about smacking it out of the park. He got all the screws out of that one. Beautiful shot from Patum Nissanka. Dismissed it from his presence.
He's not a tall lad, and hence the crossbat shots are a lot easier to play. Just a transfer of weight, and he's able to get onto it. 2 sixers in the over. One to Nissanka, one to Mendes, but also a wicket. An eventful over. Again the knuckleball, but Patum Nissanka. That's a wonderful hit.
In this age of T20 cricket, I always think 2 sixes, 14 run over or a wicket. Slight misfield from Hardik will take the single. What would you take, gentlemen? 14 run over without a wicket, or sorry, a 6 run, 7 run over, or a 14 run over with a wicket?
Depends on whether I'm batting or bowling.
That pickup shot was just phenomenal from Patum Nissanka. It wasn't too short, but he just picked up on that knuckleball. He was watching the ball like a hawk and just dismissed it from his presence. Oh, this is what you got to love about cricket, when batters play shots like this.
Patum Nissanka has made his intent very clear, even after the loss of that wicket. Width again. 2 fielders. A quality stop from Yashasvi Jaiswal. Saved a certain boundary at the sweeper covers.
Unbelievable. That was travelling, and so was Jaiswal across the grass. But then he had to time the dive. Times it so well. Look how he gets one hand to it. So far, the difference between the two teams has been the fielding. Sri Lanka were clumsy. They put down chances. But India, for that matter, saving themselves runs.
Right on the button there. Shot again, this time no width given. Again, you don't have to bowl too short for it to be a short ball to Nissanka. Could be good length and he'll still probably pick it off deep mid-wicket with a cross-batted shot.
Just the 5 bowlers used for India. Hardik Pandya being the 5th bowler. The option of Riyan Parag still there with the left-handers to come. Bowls off break.
Relief for Sri Lanka. They've seen off Siraj's new ball spell. The last couple of times they came up against Siraj, of course in the 50-over format. Well, let's not say much about it.
I was waiting to use that till we got to Colombo, Russell. For the one-dayers. Good running from Nissanka. Would have been close if he had hit. Hardik Pandya didn't come to the stumps. But 2 runs stolen on that occasion.
He can be a handful. Mohammad Siraj with a new ball, especially when there are 2 new balls going on in the game. He's annoyed more than a few good batters, even in domestic cricket back home, when he bowls with the white ball. Red ball can be even more annoying. Just keeps it quiet from one end. It's going on and on and on. You just got to keep leaving till he gets frustrated.
It's still early days in terms of both captains, but I was listening to the press conferences yesterday and Asalanka said, want to be expressive, want to play with freedom. And that's exactly what the Sri Lankan batters have come out and done.
Yeah, they certainly have. I think the first 6 overs, Pathum Nissanka, even generally not the quickest in the first 6 overs. He just averages a strike rate of 109. But today, after the second or third over, was actually showing absolute intent to score as many boundaries as possible and continue to bat in that vein tonight. Put pressure consistently on the Indian bowlers. Change in field here. Short mid-wicket goes back to deep mid-wicket, and fine leg comes inside the ring.
Again, that off-cutter from Hardik Pandya. Better over this time around, 8 coming off it. The halfway stage, it's 99 for 1.
Wide rate 11.5 for the last few overs. They've been managing that, the Sri Lankans. You get to the last 4 or 5, and even if it's up to 12, 13, with wickets in hand, you will back yourself. The conditions are such. There's value for shots on this outfield, and hence you just need to get closer.
Pathum Nissanka on strike now again. For a not the tallest guy in the shop, he does like to get beside the line of the ball, which slightly confuses me, Abhi. Because you'd imagine that a guy like him, because in international cricket, bowlers tend to bowl more back of a length, and that length for him is a great pick-up shot length over the leg side. So for someone like him, I'd rather have him come inside the line of the ball and access the leg side as much as he can. Even short fine leg, backward square leg, in front of mid-wicket, all areas to access if he comes in front of this, in line with the stumps.
Bullet throw, hundreds on the board. Now Bishnoi, he's hopping around because, oh boy. Jeez. But good effort from Pandya, quickly up on his feet and getting rid of it.
Yeah, talking about staying beside the line of the ball, that's almost become the norm, especially with opening batters. You look at a Travis Head, you look at Fraser McGurk, even Yashasvi Jaiswal tends to stay beside the line of the ball. It's a very repeatable technique, and it's great to see Nissanka almost trying to better his strike rate.
Frees up your hands a lot more.
Yeah,
if you're beside the ball, so hence the power.
Yeah, sure it does. It does free up your hands a lot more, especially if you're trying to access the offside. But if the ball's bowled into you within the line of the stumps and there's enough bounce there, it can stifle you up for room a little bit. I'd rather, as an opening batter, get inside the line of the ball and use the pace of the ball.
Last 2 overs have been really good for India. Pandya's over went for 8 and only 3 in this. Now that's building pressure. That required rate now straight away, 12.2. Get the Sri Lankan batters thinking. They'll be searching for that boundary, and that can mean a risk.
Especially Kusal Pereira, who's just walked in. It's been 11 balls without a boundary. Bishnoi is good against the left-hander. And he gets that. Stays leg side of the ball and thumps it over cover. A boundary after 11 balls in Sri Lanka. 106 for 1 after 11.
Yeah, nice shot this. To stay beside the line of the ball, backed away a little bit to access the offside. And knowing Bishnoi, who's always going to be a top spinner or a googly, a quick googly at that, was able to just access the field over covers there and didn't hit the ball too hard. It's more timed.
The intent has been refreshing from the Sri Lankan batters. 106 for 1, well on course. Just 108 now of the last 9. And Surya Kumar Yadav just looking to finish off, possibly. the 5th bowler quota. Hardik Pandya getting 2 overs back to back.
So you say that because it would be taxing on Hardik?
Rohit Sharma used him very differently, let me put it that way. He kept a couple of overs for the start of the death overs in the World Cup. He used to bowl him at 16 or 17 just after the Bumrah over. Wide of the crease this time, but that single brings about the 50. In fact, he'll come back for the second, a direct hit. It results in a boundary. It could be 6. We might just have to wait for the umpire's signal.
But for now, while we check that, let's celebrate another half century to Pathum Nissanka. That's his 11th. 3rd against India. It's been a quality knock, striking at 150.
Umpire referral for run out. Umpire Ruchi is in. Can you give me the best side on angle, please? Roll it. Keep rolling it. Batsman has made his ground before the wickets are put down. I have addition for the giant screen.
There you go. Given not out. He was in by a country mile.
Half century then, 6 runs added to the Sri Lankan total. Now we need to check one more matter here.
They did not cross. They did not cross.
Not cross.
Because
okay,
if you're adding 5 or 6 runs, comes on the fact is when did the fielder release the ball? Had the batters crossed? Yeah. So if they've crossed, it's 6 runs, and Sri Lanka get a little bit of a breather. The last few overs were tight from the Indian bowlers.
And that is the thing about intent here. The intention is to score boundaries. You're always going to keep the bowling team under pressure.
Just a reconfirmation that when the throw was released by Rinku Singh, the batters should have crossed. And that's what they're checking for at the moment.
So on those pictures, they've crossed. So it should be 6 added.
Yeah, it should be 6 runs.
Correct.
2 plus 4 added to Pathum Nissanka, because he's the one who played the ball. Yeah, the scores have been changed there. It's moves to 54 instead of 52.
Just waiting for official confirmation whether it's 5 or 6. There was 5 given initially by the on-field umpire. I think the TV umpire is having a look.
Now if your thoughts go back to the World Cup final a few years ago, 2019 in England, that was the situation. Oh, they've decided that they hadn't crossed when Rinku Singh released the delivery or released the throw, and hence it's 5 runs.
Oh, that's poor. That's very poor. They certainly did cross each other when the ball was released by Rinku Singh. Otherwise, he would have been out if they hadn't crossed.
Just the eventual result, I'm just waiting for India to win by 1 run.
I'll tell you, Abhi, if India win by 1 run, we and everyone coming here would have had a fabulous evening, that's for sure.
We're already having a fabulous evening, Russell. It's been absolutely fascinating cricket played by both sides.
It's a packed house here. Palakele, beautiful. People are standing on the embankments, like shoulder to shoulder, and it's a packed house here. You gotta love the enthusiasm of the Lankans, always supporting their side.
just a single this time around. Bowled at pace from Hardik Pandya. Dictating his field at the moment, wanting a leg side heavy field for the left-hander. Surya Kumar Yadav has to think about other options.
So he brought Arshdeep for a wicket. Now where does he go? Does he go to Arshdeep for another? Does he need another wicket here? What's Surya Kumar Yadav thinking?
Look, as far as I'm concerned, in a bilateral series, there's no harm in trying out Riyan Parag. We've seen him bowl a few overs. He bowls in domestic cricket regularly for stateside Assam. This is the stage to bring him on. The left-hander in the middle, an opportunity. Attempt from Surya Kumar Yadav. Doesn't get his hands to it. Will result in 2 for Nissanka.
Again, backing away, choosing to go over the offside. Was it a slower ball? Yeah, just rolled his fingers over it and just fell slightly short of Surya Kumar Yadav. Did attempt to go in front, but realized he's not going to get there.
He gets enough behind the ball though. Many occasions Sri Lankan fielders failed to do that and boundaries were conceded. Now he's trying to go over the offside because mid-off is in the circle. On the leg side, the 3 are on the boundary.
Yeah, that's what Robin Uthappa was mentioning. Tries to stay leg side of the ball, gives himself room. Hardik Pandya outfoxed him on that occasion, bowling it wider.
Now just imagine for a moment, gentlemen, if he came inside the line of the ball in the last 2 deliveries. The previous ball would have been more on the leg side. He has shot fine leg in, possibly a chance to clip it away for 2 at least. And then this ball again, back of a length, which would have been slightly pull shot available to him. He could have pulled it maybe in front of square and maybe in front of deep square leg there. Maybe 4. Exactly what I was talking about. Stand where you are, allow the bowler to bowl into you so that you can utilize the field. Exactly what Nissanka does on this occasion.
I'll tell you what, Sri Lanka getting closer and closer, down to 2 digits what they need. 95 now. They can keep this going, this partnership, for a couple more overs. Suddenly the pressure will be on Surya Kumar Yadav and his decision making from now on.
Cut away, finds the fielder, but a misfield results in a single. Nissanka will keep strike. The end of 12, it's 120 for 1.
Sri Lanka staying in touch, 120 for 1. They still need less than 12 runs and over. Akshar Patel is back and is immediately dispatched. Great start to the over, a boundary for Nissanka.
And the partnership getting stronger. Nissanka this time around, first delivery from Akshar Patel, uses the pace of the ball, plays it very well. Above the infield, gets a boundary. Maintaining that momentum, so the pressure is building up on the Indian bowling side.
Goes in the gap once more. It's another boundary. Sri Lanka on the charge.
That also against Akshar Patel was extremely frugal, but this time around it is Nissanka who is taking him apart. This time on the onside, flat bat, full in the right gap, gets another boundary.
This is outstanding batting by Sri Lanka, and particularly Pathum Nissanka. Now he needs to kick on, he needs to carry on. So important that he's in. Now 86 of 46.
It's excellent running. Needed to be a direct hit to cause any sort of issues, but at the moment They're a long way behind in the boundaries, Sri Lanka, from what India managed. But they're ticking the scoreboard over.
I think the key has been the way they have run, the way they have just got those twos and working the gaps, maneuvering it.
Still have wickets in hand. A direct hit. That's what was needed. The India lost wickets in cluster in the death overs, Pathirana. That really put some shackles on the Indian run rate.
Swung away once more at the moment. Dot ball feels like gold for India. Now into the 130s. Another over with double digits. Under pressure, Akshar Patel. It's been all Nissanka.
Really clever here. Very clever batting. They got 11 in the over. 131 for 1.
The only partnership worth 84, this partnership worth 47 and climbing. And Nissanka has been the star of the show, 71 not out. He has been simply brilliant so far this evening.
He didn't have a very prolific LPL, Nissanka, Roshan, isn't it? So I think in that sense, this is a strong comeback from him. And I think the Sri Lankan side, they need a stable opening batter, and that's what Nissanka has provided this Sri Lankan side.
Swung away over the leg side. Does it go all the way? They'll have to check.
Well, this is brilliant batting. Now the corresponding stage at 13 overs, Sri Lanka 131, India 146 for 2. They're checking the boundary here. Right, so Pathum Nissanka has been very good with his square shots. It's hit on the, I think it's hit on the full. Didn't bounce, it's on the full. What do you reckon, Sabha?
That's a tough call for me, Roshan. But if it hits the skirting straight up, then that should be a 6. What is remarkable over Nissanka's innings is the way he has batted, he has played the field. Let's watch this again.
It's tough, isn't it? I'm commentating with two gentlemen with one eye. I'm with you, though. I think that's gone all the way for 6. If I'm completely honest, I think it bounces up. Gives the impression that it's bounced short and then hits the boundary and jumps straight up. But I think that's just the bottom of the triangle. Well, I think in the last couple of overs, there was that 5 or 6 argument with general consensus. Maybe India got away with a run on that occasion. This will be a fascinating decision. I think that you can just see the board moving.
Yeah, interesting. I thought it hit the bottom of the skirting. The question is, did it bounce just before it touched? Yes, that's what I thought.
We managed quite well with one eye, isn't it, Roshan?
Yes, I think we did.
We get the right decision in the end with both of them, don't you? That'll be a dot ball, the 50 partnership coming up with that 6 as well. And Sri Lanka have certainly shown everybody that their top order, by and large, coming in with some form behind them in the LPL. They are a match for India. Another look at that big 6. So are you concerned at all with perhaps the lack of balance in this Indian side. They've only got the 5 bowlers, of which Hardik is the 5th. Surya Kumar Yadav has had to, it's not been 4 overs in a row, it's been pretty close too. And Hardik has gone, well, he's approaching the 40s.
Generally, Scotty, in Indian bowling lineup, you have Hardik Pandya as your 6th bowling option. So that gives that kind of cushion to the captain.
There are voices.
Now this time around, Sky and Gautam Gambhir, they have gone ahead with only 5 bowling options here with Hardik Pandya as the 5th bowler. So one can see the pressure. But these are still early stages, and I think India will look to build on this. They may need to rework on their balance.
This is one of these situations where a lot of the talk has been about the legends which are Rohit and Virat. Of course, Jaddu, Ravindra Jadeja has given away the T20 internationals as well. Well bowled, brilliant.
That's a good point you touch on here, Scotty. I think without Ravindra,
There are voices. But I only listen to mine.
Through quicker, went up with the arm, and there you could see he was looking to undercut it and just slid on and hit the leg stump and a big wicket. But well played, Pathum Nissanka. What an innings, 79 of 48. And Sri Lanka 140 for 2.
The Sri Lankan team, a standing ovation, clapping their star off the field. Nissanka with a brilliant innings, 79. And he has set Sri Lanka up here. They have got a terrific platform with which to come flying home. 12.7 runs and over, so it will not be easy. Just felt that if that partnership could have gone as little as 2 more overs, then they had the game.
Akshar Patel very crafty. He senses the time what the batter is trying to do, and that is how he was able to deceive Nissanka. And the new batter in come into Mendes. Still very early in his international career, but I'm sure he has the right kind of promise and the talent to be drafted in the 11.
It's gone straight away with the reverse. 1 bounce 4. The pressure remains on India.
He needed that. Kusal Pereira didn't look at his brilliant best. He was not timing the ball well. But this one came up the middle of the bat. That will make him feel good. And it's time for him to take over. Play the role that Pathum Nissanka was playing.
He's so good to watch, isn't he, Kusal Pereira, when he gets going. And I think he'll know, with all his experience, that the pressure is now on him to keep that run rate up. Another look at the dismissal. That is a typical Akshar Patel delivery. Swung away through the leg side, in the gap again. Another boundary.
Although Sri Lanka have lost a wicket in this over, what has been a remarkable comeback for Kusal Pereira. And this time around, half tracker from Akshar Patel. He's up to the challenge and he plays it quite well and times it to perfection.
This one, it should be out. Simple catch. Bishnoi does not make the mistake, and Sri Lanka have lost both set batsmen. A big moment in this run chase.
Absolutely, very, very big moment indeed. This is just what India wanted. If they've got 2 new batters here, Kusal Pereira follows Pathum Nissanka. This time, he doesn't make a mistake. Akshar Patel strikes again.
Back-to-back wickets here for Akshar Patel and for India. Just Kusal Pereira, he departs for 20. It's 149 for 3.
Sri Lanka desperately need Asalanka, the skipper, to come to the party with an innings of substance. His opposite, Surya Kumar Yadav, did exactly that for India. It's his turn. 65 needed, and it will be the final over of Bishnoi. Oh, he's dropped it again. It would have been a very good catch, and I think it's cut him in the cheek as well, under the eye.
Generally, Ravi Bishnoi is such a safe fielder in the outfield as well as in his run-up, return catches. But this time around, he wasn't able to judge it properly. Went for it, leapt to his right. I think it's the ball that hit him under the eye. Yes, it came off the right hand, and then yeah, it's after the bounce, the ball hit his face. The cut is because of that.
Akshar Patel has been very good that last over. He struck twice, just what India wanted. This is Kusal Pereira. He did get boundaries and then eventually to the man at back with square leg, and earlier on in the over he also had Pathum Nissanka. So really big blows. Sri Lanka 149 for 3 and their target is 214. But what about Pathum Nissanka? What an innings. Wonderful start for Sri Lanka.
No, a big run chase. You needed that kind of partnership right at the top. In the power play, both Nissanka and Mendes were superb, especially Nissanka. 79 from 48, but with those two quick dismissals, first off Nissanka and then Pereira, Sri Lanka under the cosh to a large extent here, and India would be looking at sealing this. It seems that the game is drifting away from Sri Lanka. But that was not the case till the time Pathum Nissanka was at the crease. 79 from only 48 deliveries.
The opening partnership worth 84, and Pathum Nissanka was brilliant all around the ground. It was a little bit of a slow start, must be said, for Sri Lanka, but they just started to go through the gears once they got the pace of the pitch. And then the pressure was put fairly and squarely back on the bowlers for India. His teammates know exactly what that innings means to them. Who wants it now? Still some running repairs that cut under the eye for Ravi Bishnoi. Just checking that there isn't any further damage and making sure he can get through the over. This is another reason why we were talking, wasn't it, gentlemen, about having that sixth option. If he has to go off, then that becomes a problem. They desperately need wickets, which is what India have managed to pick up 3 of so far.
Yeah, this is Kusal Mendes. He's looking good, and then this over, telling blows. Aksa Patel, we've spoken about how good he is, his experience, and he gets both the set batters. That's so important from an Indian point of view. You get 2 new batters in, given them the opportunity to try and create some pressure, build some dots here.
No secret for Surya Kumar Yadav. This will be the final over for Bishnoi, and then the 4 death overs to be bowled by the openers, Mohammad Siraj and Arshdeep. Goes again with the reverse. A favoured shot of the Sri Lankan batsman, and it's executed perfectly.
150 up here for Sri Lanka. And that's the much better option against Ravi Bishnoi. He generally bowls the googly. And gets into good positions here very quickly and then plays it so well. Dealt it nicely here by Kamindu. Following the same trait as the other left-hander, Kusal Pereira.
It's brought about a change of field too. That man goes back now to in the extra cover region. Looks to go there. And he has. That is beautifully played.
Kamindu Mendes in the LPL has been very good, particularly from the 16th to the 20th over. His strike rate has been 228. So obviously that's an area, that's a little phase that he enjoys batting. And he started off well here. Back-to-back boundaries.
If they can convert this into a big over, Sri Lanka will definitely be back in the game. Back with his run chase on.
Through the leg side, no timing. Just as well. That's the problem. We saw India lose 2 wickets and 2 balls, and we thought maybe that just would stall the innings, but it didn't. It was early enough that they could regather and certainly put Sri Lanka back under pressure. But this late in a run chase, needing 13 runs and over, you lose your 2 set batsmen. More often than not, it can be a problem. Kamindu's done well.
It is going to be a challenge for both Arshdeep and Mohammad Siraj to finish off this innings, because generally that's the time when Bumrah steps in. Now these are the last 4 overs going to be uncharted waters for both the pace bowlers. Arshdeep has done that, not Mohammad Siraj.
Top edge, There should be another wicket. Straight down the throat and simply taken in the outfield. The spinners have done the job in the last 2 overs. Bishnoi this time. And it's Asalanka, the man who has to go.
It's the captain who has to depart here. Goes for the sweep shot, upish in the air, a fielder station only for this kind of a shot. It is Yashasvi Jaiswal who does it so well, comfortably taken in the end. Ravi Bishnoi dropped a catch with the first ball, but then manages to get Asalanka. He goes for a duck. It's 158 for 4.
.56 required for Sri Lanka. It will be a record chase, their highest chase so far. Successful chase has been 194. Riyan Parag. Well, we thought he'll go to the 2 fast bowlers. Arshdeep's got 2, Siraj has got 2. But with the left-hander out there, Kamindu Mendis, maybe an over from Riyan Parag. But over the last 2-3 overs, Robin, 18 runs, 3 wickets, massive blows. Parvez Maroof also alongside me.
Most certainly, big blows this one, going in the gap. Will it go down? Siraj stops it well before. They're pushing for the third, they're coming back, could be close. I think we'll be out. They go upstairs.
Flat and hard was the throw from Siraj. He's got the dive out, but he's not very confident. Brilliant from Siraj. I just feel Dasun Shanaka could be short.
Right back, please. Keep going back. Okay, freeze it there. Yeah. That's pretty short of his ground. I have a decision for the giant screen.
Make that 4 for 20. Sri Lanka losing their way. Dasun Shanaka, one of those players that the Sri Lanka have who can hit a boundary, goes without facing a delivery.
Yeah, Harakiri here. Don't know if the third run was required, but they did go after it. And only for Dasun Shanaka to leave without troubling the scorers in any way, shape or form. Siraj with a bullet throw after diving and stopping the ball well before the boundary. He goes for 0 without facing the ball, 160 for 5.
One into Hasaranga. Well, probably the last recognized pair for the Sri Lankans.
It's important that this over can have to be capitalized. Riyan Parag, a part-timer, right hand in the middle in Manindu Hasaranga. Understand 4 wickets have gone in about 20 runs, but still, this over has to be good number, strike rate of almost 147. From nowhere, India is crawling back into this game. Kamindu Mendis got to bat through.
Oh, bit of turn and bounce.
Clever bowling this from Riyan Parag. Not trying to bowl quick, he's trying to bowl slower through the air, and hence getting the ball to grip a little bit of purchase for him.
He's got a deep third man just to cover that reverse sweep that Kamindu Mendis has gone to. Bowled! He gets another! Sri Lanka falling in a heap.
I thought the wrong option. Should have been taking the risk. Vanidhu Hasaranga. Ball turning back to him. Understand, Kamindu Mendis have been striking it well. When you're falling off short of batsman, the batsman got to go through as much as possible. And they know how big the wicket is, and Riyan Parag from nowhere. First they run out, second introduce a bad stroke from Kamindu Mendis and gets him out. Gone for 12, Sri Lanka 161 for 6.
.53 required of 20. Mahesh Deekshana is the new batter. Last 16 balls, folks. 21 runs and 5 wickets have fallen. 140 for 1. Sri Lanka sitting pretty. Now it's turn. Suryakumar Yadav's got a slip in place too.
And they're still throwing the kitchen sink at it to every ball. Granted, they have to get these runs, but you got to give yourself a little bit of a chance. Mahesh Deekshana in. Hasn't done much with the bat, although we hear that he can bat a little bit. Hasaranga, it all comes down to this gentleman here. What will he be able to do?
Not into the gap, just the 1 run. Can you believe it? Suryakumar Yadav goes to Parag. 5 runs off it. 163 for 6.
The last 30 deliveries, 43 runs and 5 wickets. Tremendous fight back by India.
Pulls really well in the end phase. Here he is. Mid on in the circle. Does he get it over? No, he doesn't. That's another wicket. Nicely judged by Parag.
Shanked it completely. Got it right off the bottom of the bat. It Hasaranga. And Riyan Parag covered good ground there. About 10-15 meters back. Maybe not that much even. Judged it, easy catch. He did have long on. That led to the dismissal of Hasaranga. Goes for 2. Almost dead in the water here. Sri Lanka 163 for 7.
Matisha Patirana. beaten all ends up, the first ball he faces.
Matisha Pathiran at number 9. And he's here because Manidu Hasaranga was nicely set up by India. How often do you see on the 18th over for a decent player like Manidu Hasaranga to have mid-on in the circle? Not much. This is because India knows Hasaranga is very strong through the offside, over extra cover, over long off, drop long off back, bought long on into the circle, and pays the price in the end. Brilliant by India.
Just bowling the right channels here. Arshdeep Singh, Riyan Parag, this is the last over. Missed it all, ends up. And Siraj here, good dive, stop, picked up, and a little bit of a bullet throw. And then bang went Shanaka without even facing a delivery. Seemed pretty unnecessary to take on the shoulder and the arm of Mohammad Siraj.
It was incredible to watch the way he got onto his feet and got rid of it. Punt hadn't much to do. Right by the stumps, waist high. And that was the end of that. From there on, soon after coming, the Mendes fell.
Yeah, who'd ever think that Riyan Parag would bowl the game-changing over here? There was a little bit of damage that happened before that. Even this one, the ball previous to this was a slow off spinner. So he backed away to try and utilize the offside that was available to him. But Riyan Parag pushed that one through. And one didn't turn, skidded on, hit the top of the off stump. Find themselves in a good place here, do India.
Coming into the last 6 overs, requiring 13 and over, 9 wickets in hand. Sri Lanka would certainly have fancied their chances, just for India to bite back strongly.
Even coming to Mendes' dismissal, the reverse sweep almost becomes a free with the ball turning away from the left-hander. Closes it down, opens up the offside, and Kamidu has to give room and miss the length. Just similar to Manidu Hasaranga's, nicely planned out, and that's why, as I feel, every batter has been planned out properly. Changing the field, mid-off drops back, and the third man comes in the circle, and Arshdeep changes angle as well, coming around the wicket.
Just the 1 run so far. Stays at 1, ends 18th. 164 for 7.
Yeah, tremendous fight back so far. Last 30 deliveries, 33 for 6. From nowhere, India are fighting back and they're bossing at the moment. Required rate, 25 runs needed. It's well below far effort got to be said in the last few overs by Sri Lanka. And now, looking down the barrel.
It was a good chase until the last 2-3 overs. 84 opening run partnership, 56 for the second wicket. Then India go bang, bang, bang. Just the 1 over from Riyan Parag. It's Siraj's turn. 25 and over required. Last 5 overs, 33 runs, 6 wickets. That's what the two teams are playing for. 3-match series. India well ahead, or almost over the line to go 1-0 up. Mohammad Siraj. When you looked around, except for the catch that Bishnoi put down at deep mid-wicket, which was hit fat and hard, India's fielding has been the difference of the two teams.
Oh yes, absolutely. I think the fielding has been on point for India. They've covered ground really well, taken almost all the catches that have come their way today, and saved almost about 6 to 8 runs today, Russ.
Add to that, Siraj has run out. Dasun Shanaka was a wicket they would have really needed at that stage, and here once again direct hit. That would have been the end of that.
Dasun Shanaka's dismissal was very, very important. Once he gets going, he's someone who can easily clear the boundary. He's playing in this team as a finisher. No way there was a third run there. It's a suicide run that they attempted, and he paid the price. And bullet throw. This is right in front of the com box. That went like a tracer bullet. Pull it down. Right over the top of the bails, and Rishabh Pant had to do the minimal job.
Yeah, and that was Shanaka's call as well. That wasn't Kamindu's call.
He wouldn't have bargained for such a brilliant throw. No one else would have got it in as quickly as Siraj would have, and it was hardly thrown into the air. If there was someone standing on the 30-yard, it would have hit him on his head. That's how high the throw went. That's in Shanaka's defense. You're taking a fielder on, you know that risk, but unfortunately Siraj was too good. He was perfect. Bit of medicine, your own medicine. More runs here. India wouldn't mind it though. They're well in control. 4 runs to Matisha Patirana.
4 free runs here. Wasn't far away from the stumps. Tikshana running in, hoping to change the strike. Missed by about 6 inches or so. Did a good job trying to cover up there from mid-off, did Suryakumar Yadav. Just got his fingers to it, ricocheted off his fingers and went down for 4, down a long on.
Tell you what, Siraj will be very unhappy. It's against his name. Perfect Yorker, throws at it, misses the stumps by about 6 inches, and captain does the rest.
But it was his throw after all. He's fast bowlers, I tell you, Russell.
He threw it. He had all 3 stumps to aim at.
2 fielders backing up. What happens? Rest is history.
It's been a good game though. Just the last few overs that Sri Lanka have fallen away, but other than that, it's kept us on the edge of our seats, and the crowd quietly slipping away. They know what's in store. They know once the 6th wicket fell, Sri Lanka don't have much with the bat. He's chipped that in there. A wicket for Siraj.
Siraj gets his first wicket. Getting into the deck. Patirana trying to clear mid-on. In vain. Akshar Patel cleaning up there. And it's all but formalities from here. Threw the kitchen sink at it. Tried his best. That was an easy catch. Somewhere along the way of a top start from Sri Lanka, they've lost their way. Matisha Patirana goes for 6. A 170 for 8.
He's got a wicket, Siraj. He's got one more delivery left in this innings because the 20th will be bowled by Arshdeep. Dot to end the 19th, 170 for 8.
The last 5 overs, 30 runs, 7 wickets. Game changing then and there. There's no way any team chasing down a big score is going to come back from that sort of effort. Worm clearly dropping down, and the 6 wickets fallen there. This is the biggest reason why Sri Lanka is collapsing, chasing this down.
Last 30 balls, 30 runs and 7 wickets. It's not going to be Arshdeep to bowl out. It's Riyan Parag who's going to have some fun. And finally does have. He gets another wicket.
Nice little ball there from Riyan Parag. Well, the full length delivery. Tikshana converting it into a Yorker. And almost outside edging that ball into his stumps.
Any other day, my station would have smashed it through extra cover. Gone for 2, Sri Lanka 170 for 9.
Another one, 3 wickets for Parag, and that's that. The game for India. They win by 43. Last 30 balls, 29 runs and 9 wickets.
A major collapse. Cannot believe Sri Lanka